It's Thursday, and you know what that means. It is IndyCar night on the Elite Racing Network and on P1 Broadcasting. Hello again, everyone. I'm Gary Gotzo, and welcome to round one of the 2026 P1 IndyCar Championship. As today we begin our longest season in the Elite Racing League IndyCar history with the 8th running of the F5 Challenge 500 from Pocono Raceway. Every new season begins with every driver at zero, but this season begins without the driver who finished first last season. Our season champion a season ago, Tyler Foti, who captured the 2026A P1 Cup, has decided not to return for a full season to defend his title. Foti is entered in only the Indy 500, so before we go green flag tonight, we already know someone else will be crowned champion after these 14 races. There are 6 examples split sharply in the IndyCar era about champions who did not return following winning the championship. Jimmy Murphy was awarded the 1924 AAA championship after he was killed at Syracuse. Ted Horn, same situation, 1948 AAA champion, and he was killed in the finale at DuQuoin. In the modern era, Jacques Villeneuve left after the 95 season for Williams in Formula One. Alex Zanardi did the same thing in 98 when he went to Formula One, and Cristiano D'Amata went to Formula One after winning the 2002 kart championship. And let's all not forget about the bad experiment that Dario Franchitti did when he went to stock car racing after winning the 2007 IndyCar title. But thank God, all these drivers, for the most part, all came back to us. The pattern is more concentrated in modern history than it was during the AAA period and the traditional USAC eras. 4 of the 6 examples happened only in 13 seasons from 95 to 2007. The 2 AAA cases were really just tied to just bad luck and fatal accidents, with Horn already securing his championship before his death. We found no comparable case of a traditional USAC national championship era, anything happening from 56 to 78. So it's not something that happens very often. It remains unusual, but modern IndyCar history gives us enough examples to show that Tyler Foti's absence is not without precedent. But wide open does not mean there is no favorite. Daniel Falkenham arrived last season as a rookie to immediately become Tyler Foti's greatest challenger. He made all 12 starts, won 4 races, earned 5 podiums, 6 top 5 finishes, 2 poles, and led 536 laps, and only finished second in the championship, only 36 points behind Foti. So the second major question of the season is unavoidable. Is this Daniel Falkenham's championship to lose? Well, there's 40 plus other entries racing him for the P1 Cup. Could there be a fight? We don't know. Or could it just be a fight for second place? There are 14 races, 1 drop, 3 500-mile crown jewel events, and no defending champion standing in the way. The pursuit of the 2026B P1 Cup begins tonight with a 3-wide start, 200 laps and 500 miles at the Tricky Triangle. Joining me, as always, in the booth is former Indy Fixed Series driver, Lionheart Series race winner, and former ERL Freedom 100 winner, Luis Gonzalez Nunez. LGN, welcome back for another championship season, buddy.
Yeah, we are back once again for another season. This is, I think, the 5th season together in the ERL. And I'm really happy to be over here. Finally, we are back on the Pocono after long waiting. And finally, big one, have the four mains championship, IndyCar championship and iRacing. We have Area 51, FIS, Elite now, and Dark Horse. So it's going to be really, really good for that. I know we have the standing lineup soon, but I can tell you, Formula One also have some others. Jochen Ring in 1970 become a champion without defending after dying in Italy and practice. And also Nico Rosberg in 2016 when he became a champion, and then he decided. Also Nigel Mansell. So in '92 for champion.
Yeah, he went to IndyCar. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and then he went to IndyCar, and when he won only the one champion over there. So yeah, happy with that. Ford is not here. Daniel Fockenham could have a chance, but it's a lot of people. Good to have Ricky Paz, the poleman of the day today.
And let's get in to today's starting lineup. What you see none behind is, I wish I could be blanked out, but there you see on the screen, that is a 3-wide start. We're going to do a 3-wide start today. Because we do 2-lap average speeds, I can't really give you an average speed with this overlay. It's not native. It does not do that natively. So if I give you the fastest, it will just be the fastest of two, and it might not look right. So what you're going to see on a 3-wide start here, it's going to say their name, and it's going to say none, and that's just the way the overlay works. But let's get into tonight's starting lineup. And on the pole is the maestro, Ricky Paz. In the middle, former Indy 500 pole sitter Chris Albrecht and Mason Mitchum, who sat on the podium last season with a podium finish at Fontana, rounds out row 1. Craig Forsythe with a 500-mile win to his credit. John Stellard, primetime John Stellard in the middle. Ryan Campbell on the outside. Sam Alexander with a 500-mile race win. Griffin Yellen making his first start. Matt Wagner, winner of last year's opener, on the outside. Last season opener. Noah Gill, Trey Holmes, and A.J. Musselman making a return to the series. He's on the outside of row 4. Jared Rexy, Victor Aldrich, Richie Hearn, Real World IndyCar driver. That's row 5. Tate Lytle, Nick Silver, and what we think is our championship favorite for this season, Daniel Fockenham, on the outside of row 6. He's got a little ways to go. Casey Graves, Brian Blauman, winner. Brian, his first win at our finale last season at Gateway. He's got the losing Schneid. He's looking for another win. And Nigel Camargo on the outside of row 7. Hayden Lowell, Micah Mixer, and Justin Vandermarl. That's row 8. Miles Brown, Ryan Schold, Harrison Talon back in row 9. Kendall Noah Player, Dan Marrera, my hero, and Nicholas Stockner back on row 10. Chad Frankenfield, the only champion we have in the lineup and only previous winner from Pocono and Breeze's past here in the Elite Racing League. He's on the inside. Hunter Smith, his teammate, former Indy 500 winner in the middle, and Josh Osborne on the outside. That happens to be the position that Adriano Pinheiro started when he won a season ago here at Pocono. Or 2 seasons ago, a year ago, actually. He won from 33rd. Gavin Hibbs, Nigel Stock, Paul Mini Letters, who's aiming to be the Luis Gonzalez Nunez driver of the race. Mark Reblis, Thomas Sherman, Ricky Doyle, back on row 13. McKernan, James Watson, and Huck back in row 14. And that is your field, 14 rows of 3.
60 sign up, 50 people pay up, 42 people in the grid today. So that's way a lot. Once again, another season with a lot of people actually in the grid.
So we will go green next time by to give an extra lap here so we get the entire lineup in. Now watch, if they take off, they're going to prove me wrong, but I believe we're doing an extra lap.
Yeah.
No, we are not. We are going green. I asked for an extra lap, and they're like, nope, we're going green. So green flag is out. Ricky Paz not waiting as we are green flagged for the season. Let's get the weather off.
Like a use of time.
I could use an extra 2 minutes here before setting this thing up. Here comes Albrecht to the inside and turn 2.
Oh,
yellow flag. Already in a big schmoz in the back. And that is Harrison Talon. And that's not a way you want to start here, but let's see what happens as he's already losing it going into the corner. Let's take a look from the blimp eye coming off of turn 1. That is one of the Little Eagle cars to his inside.
Oh, netcode, Nicholas.
And we'll see here again. There's 2 wide, and it looks like it's going to take it 3 wide. Little opportunistic here very early. I know they were asked. Look at Scholl just back out of it. And contact right there. That is not. I don't think that's netcode. That is legit contact, and I think that's McKernan with that. No, who was that?
Nicholas make the contact with Talon, and also you can see the reaction.
Nicholas Stockner. Yeah. Nicholas Stockner. So yeah, taking a very opportunistic run, and instead of just trying to settle in and get the first 5 laps under their belt, they are already elbows out here at Pocono, and hopefully this doesn't turn into what we saw last Wednesday here on the channel. And it looks like Dan Marrera might have got caught up there too, and that's unfortunate.
Paul, many letters. Lucky guy, because the car have the wheel off, same like a Dan Marrera, and he saved the car by net code.
Let's watch from Paul Many Letters' point of view as he turns into the corner. There's the contact.
It's a contact, but iRacing forgive him.
He is forgiven, but iRacing does not forgive Marrera, as you see in front of him.
I know. Huh.
So what we're going to do, since we have caution laps are so long here at Pocono, we'll give you the timing and scoring. We'll take this first opportunity to get some words in from our sponsors. Don't go anywhere. This is the 8th running of the F5 Challenge from Pocono Raceway. We are lap 3 out of 200 into round 1 of the P1 IndyCar Championship for 2026B in the Elite Racing League. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back from some of these quick words from our sponsors.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
The Lucas Oil School of Racing. Simply stated, we are the professional ranks where the quality of the equipment often dictates the outcomes, and all of our cars are designed to perform and race as close as humanly possible. None of our competitors will have an advantage from engineering tactics. Rather, you will compete on a completely level field with a score of immensely talented up-and-coming drivers, all pushing each other to reach their new heights in their respective pursuit in becoming a professional race car driver. Every year, our top-performing graduates move on to the professional racing ladders of IndyCar, F1, and IMSA. Whether drivers compete in 1 or 2 seasons of our series, when they are ready to move on, they are ready to move. The training you receive in our school is an unmatched, unforgettable, first-class education combining the very best racing instruction and education.
If you've been waiting for the right time to upgrade, that time is now. Score up to $4,000 off on a 26 brand new Ford Explorer. And our Ford Explorers come with the Bolin Lifetime Powertrain Warranty. So get to Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Heck of a deal, ain't it?
Before anyone else was talking about it, we were building it. Sim Gaming Expo, America's original, community-driven, multi-genre simulation gaming event. Experience the latest hardware and tech, meet creators, watch live competitions, and celebrate your passion with fellow sim enthusiasts. Join us September 18th to 20th, 2026 at the Schaumburg Convention Center in Schaumburg, Illinois. Be a part of history. For tickets and information, visit simgamingexpo.com.
And we are back, getting ready to go green next time by. And we will go green, highlighted by Chris Albrecht, Ricky Paz, rookie Mason Mitchum, Campbell, Forsyth, Stellard, Wagner, Alexander, Yellen, and Musselman. That is a pretty packed top 10. Green flag is out. Back at lap 6 of 200 of the F5 Challenge 500 with the F5 car in the lead. But Ricky Paz says, not so fast, my friend. I'm going to author up some clean music on the bottom side here. Here's some chin music for you. To the lead, Ricky Paz.
Got the Mexican on front once again. Yeah, good restart. I think it's people, again, we mentioned patient, relax. The only one that don't want to be relaxed is Daniel Falkenham is going side by side with Noah in turn 2, almost. Oh, he clinched the apron. He almost lost the car in turn 2.
Yeah, and it also seems a little twitchy there going into turn 3 as he races down the front straight. Hayden Law, Nigel Camargo battle for position a little bit further on back. Little Eagle guys in the back. Ryan Schold, Chad Frankenfield. They're working together now. Side by side, a little bit further up. Primetime John Stellard, Craig Forsyth. Craig Forsyth would very much like to, 3 wide off the corner right behind him. Craig Forsyth would very much like to get another win in this series. His one win, Lewis, came at Michigan, and it was a Stewart awarded win. So he is yet to see the checkered flag in a traditional sense here in the Elite Racing League.
Yeah, I hope it's that. It's like a win is a win for sure, but you want to like to have the win by you crossing the line first.
Yeah.
Like we've seen in other leagues. Mentioned in the podium is coming this Sunday. So, sure he can. It's a long race, and who knows? He's there in 5th position, trying to hold it with John Stellar side by side. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. And Mason Mitchum is also one of those drivers that know what it's like to get a Stewart Award win. He got one in Votive, in the Votive Indy Oval Series at Indianapolis, of all places. Now, he has, on his own right, in his own merit, seen the checkered flag in a race over in the Velocity Online Racing Series. But he would love to see one today. He does not have very many starts here in the Elite Racing League. He's doing a full shake at the campaign this season. But he had a podium at the Fontana California 500 a season ago. And if you remember that race, that went caution-free. So we have already gotten our first caution of a 500-mile race today. There's Griffin Yellen, side by side with Matt Wagner. Yellen, we see him in the Formula Indy Series. Good to see him in that Eclipse team car in the Elite Racing League, and he gets around Matty Wags, the admin of the Horizon IndyCar Series. Matt is now drag racing Seb Alexander down the Long Pond Straight. Matt tucks back in line. Behind them, A.J. Musselman holding off Falkingham. Actually, Falkingham around Musselman. Now here's Falkingham taking a peek to the inside of Wagner. Look at the high side. He goes way up to the top. Falkingham does. Cuts down a little bit to the bottom. Kind of about a lane lower. Still in the draft of Wags. Biggest gainer of the race so far. There's a couple. Nicholas Stockner, there he is. We saw him with the contact early on. Chad Frankenfeld, they're each up 6 spots. Gavin Hibbs up 6 spots. Mark Reblis, he's up 7 spots. James Watson, he's up 8. Some of your big gainers right now. Everyone in the top 10 pretty much holding pat to where they started the race. Ricky Paz is the winner of your 4D Pole Award. Reminding you to check out their lineup made for sim racing gloves, shoes, and apparel. Check them out at 4dracewear.com. Daniel Falkingham is up 9 spots. He's one of the big gainers too. But as he gets more and more into the top 10, it's going to find the pickings going to be harder and harder as Seb Alexander to the inside of Griffin Yellen going in the 1. Now, early in the race, the low side is the way to go. Later in the race, that high side is going to come in with all the momentum. But in this case, Seb almost clears him, but unfortunately, fortunately for Griffin, he's going to have the draft of Forsyth to help pull him forward a little bit, and he holds on the position. But it's very, very tough. Lewis, we saw this in the Indy Fixed Series, Indy Oval Series on Tuesday night. The top split was here this week. It's now, granted, it was like a 55.7 strength of field. So that's a strength of field we don't see often at all. But it was very hard to pass. And I think a lot of that has to do with the racetrack as well as just the level of competition in that field. But this racetrack is very hard to pass. You really need to set up your passes much like in Indianapolis, almost a lap in advance.
Yeah, I think Griffin hit a little bit of wall over there. Actually, it's like Falkingham is doing now. He's just pushing for that 14 laps. He's now top 10. He started 19. Doesn't make a good job for him because he's now in the progress on the front. But now is the moment when you need to find out which is the best line. Wagner almost hit the wall again. My God, he almost getting close over that. That's the problem when you're going low on the line on turn 3, and that's found out the wall.
Oh, Seb! He wanted to close the door. Was about to ready to give the Brazilian clear, and the Brazilian slide to Yellen. He hesitated. Yellen lifted a little bit, and that allowed Seb Alexander to pull that pass off, but man, that was dicey.
It is difficult because he used to
slide job by Yellen in front of Seb Alexander, and I think he was sending a message to Seb there.
It was, actually, it is, oh my God, it was close, man. Man, you don't want to send a message to Seb Alexander, man.
No, Seb will remember. Seb will remember.
Sure. Now, Daniel fucking went side by side with, oh my God, with Griffin. Whew.
These are two drivers with a lot of racing experience. Just because you might not have heard of Griffin Yell, and I've seen him a number of times in the Formula Indy Series, and I know he's very good in these cars. And some of these drivers might not be familiar with him. They will if he races the entire season. And I think Yellen has a really good opportunity. He might be a Rookie of the Year candidate. It doesn't say so on the timing tree, but I thought he might be a rookie. Yeah, he is a rookie. I'm not sure why it's not showing up. We'll look into that on the timing tree. But he's I got to say, him and probably Mason Mitchum would be your favorites to be Rookie of the Years. But I really think Yellen might have the advantage considering the extra road courses that we have added to the schedule this year. And I know he's a road racer from the Formula Indy Series, and he bangs wheels with Falkingham off a 3.
Oh my God. That's I think he sent it. Oh no, that is you know what? Griffin is gone with the tires. He tried to. You know what? This is the problem.
Yeah, let's watch this again here from up above in the blimp for the P1 airship. He cuts underneath him. He gets there, but the car stops rotating, and he starts sliding up, and pow! Right there, you see the sparks fly.
This is the issue. He tried to work.
Caution, Nigel Camargo. Oh, big wreck on the short chute between 2 and 3. Nigel Camargo is involved. One of the Team Watson cars.
Camargo is calling for the pits.
He has a wheel DC. And I think, oh no, a second car rolls into the zone. That's McKiernan slides up into the zone.
You know what? I just figured out Camargo is calling for the pit way before that. So I thought it was just for a scheduled pit or something like that, but he already called it. And you can see after turn one, he started to slow down and have some issues.
Yeah, watch this. Watch this. So he's going to come around too. Right at this point, he already knows he has an issue. And I think he has some type of computer issue going on here. He might be sensing it. But watch the wheels. Watch the wheel. Watch his hands. When you see him cross over like this, that's normally a wheel DC. So that was what we, in the sim racing business, call that a mechanical. And he just goes and he tries to punch out, and I'm not quite sure how McKiernan ran into that zone without enough not knowing what's going on, but that's kind of what happened there, and that, unfortunately, Nigel Camargo and McKiernan's days are done early here on in the first race of the season.
Oh, my God. Who was that? Oh.
So, let's see. Do we have anyone takers on pit road? We did have, on the first caution, Paul Manyletters, James Watson, Casey Graves, Kendall Player, Nigel Stock, Dave Huck all pitted on that first caution. So maybe they will stay out and pick up some track position. But we're about 2/3 of a way through a stint here. Kind of right around 30 laps, give or take, just like Indianapolis. And here comes everybody to pit road, just as I was kind of anticipating. So we'll watch him come to pit road. And I'm just doing a little tinkering of the overlay here. So go ahead and do some talking for me, Luis.
Sure. Well, we talked. I just mentioned about Griffin, the way he's pulling and also the way he tried to give it all this gap for the group on the front. That's when you try to defend it and also make this issue for the other one. I can see him hit some walls over there. So this yellow to him came on the right time. Good for, I think, some people actually. Chad, Ryan Schultz, Justin, Nicholas, Gabby Gibbs, Smith, and Josh Osborne. They are out of the. They stay out actually. 7 people on the front. They stay out. They decide to just gamble with that. Expected to maybe have another yellow flag, and also it's very close to the pit stop circle for the pit stop open. So I think that's a good gamble for Chad because it's gonna be the first one, especially with Ryan Schultz on the front. But make the good.
Well, they're committing themselves to an alternate strategy now by staying out. Now, we did see in the FIS race last week that if you are a very, very good driver, you have a high skill set, you can hold on to the lead here with used tires at this racetrack. We saw it happen. So can we see it happen now? We'll continue to watch.
It's a mystery, to be honest. You remember 1 year ago we see it, Adriano Pinheiro winning from 30-something in the lineup.
33rd.
And he just won the race. Yeah, and he just won the race by like that. So who knows? Maybe Chad in 31st, or maybe Gabby Gibbs in 34, or even Josh Osborne in 33. He started coming to that. So gonna be good to see what has happened. Daniel Foggerman is coming back to 14, just because all of these guys in there. So basically, he is on top 10, 6, I think so. 7 actually. Danny Foggingham in the second strategy.
All right, let's reset the field before we go green. We are going green next time by. No, not next time by. We'll go that one extra lap after the pace car leaves, so it can give us an IndyCar style restart. But very clearly, Little Eagle has made the call because in this picture, there's the weather conditions. I want to show you in this picture. If you noticed, everybody here at the front. Where is that? There it is. That projector. You see all the. We'll get a far shot. You just noticed all of the Little Eagle noses. See all the little, yeah, there we go. Those are all teammates. Frankenfeld, Schold, Vandermarl, Hibbs, Hunter Smith, they're all teammates. And Paul Miniletters is in there too. I think, no, that's Gavin Hibbs. Sorry, Paul Miniletters has another similar colored car. But they are all on a team strategy to grab that track position. So Frankenfeld, Schold, Vandermarl, Stockner, Hibbs, Smith, Osborne, all stayed out. And many of those drivers are Little Eagle. You also see I have the overlay reflecting rookies. So you see Stockner is a rookie, Mitchum is a rookie, Gill is a rookie. We'll also give you a rotating bottom 5 there, so you can kind of see where some of your favorites sit.
Griffin is out. DC for Griffin, sorry.
Griffin Yellen is out. Okay, so not sure if that was a dropout or what.
DC.
A DC.
Yeah, drop out.
Tonight is the 36th scheduled 500-mile race in ERL IndyCar history. The first 35 included 14 at Indianapolis, 8 at Michigan, 7 at Pocono, 5 at Auto Club, and 1 at Texas. The complete lineage begins with Tanner Watkins winning the 2018 Elite Racing League Indy 500. One season before the championship ever began officially. 22 different drivers have won an Elite Racing League 500. Robert Malechka leads with 5 victories. Henry Bennett, Adriano Pinheiro each have 4. Chad Frankenfeld, Alex Van de Sant, Jason Brophy each have 2. While 16 drivers have won. 16 of the first 35 ERL 500s produced first-time winners. Across the defined ERL IndyCar record set, 39 different drivers have won a race, and 12 of them had exactly one career victory, with that one lone win coming in a 500-mile race. So we tend to see new winners here at 500-mile races, and we're back green. It is the only champion in the field, Chad Frankenfeld with the lead, Ryan Schultz second, Justin Vandermarl in third. We are back under green here at lap 24.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how Ricky Paz is going to go faster, but also you don't want to get involved with the old tires guys because it's going to play very hard to him. So I think for Ricky Paz, he needs to hold it over there in that strategy. I know Mason Mitchell is up behind to him with the same strategy, but not getting crazy. So just it's about 177 to go. So, oh my God, I see Josh Osborne hit the wall, turn 3. We have some damage and bouncing around side by side.
Keep an eye on him as there he is under attack with Hunter Smith and then Ricky Paz right behind him. Now that's what Ricky did not want to get into by giving up the track position, going to pit road and going on that pit stop with someone to bang the wall in front of him.
Well, especially with the old tires, like they tried to make the side by side in turn 1 and 3 and they just going high. And he unexpected that. So I think it's better for him 3 wide on the front, actually.
Stockner was taking a peek to the inside, wasn't able to hold on. And Ryan Schold, Frankenfeld hold the serve with Ryan Schold, the admin of the PRI Hoosier 500. Take the lap that time by. Chad Frankenfeld now picks up the lead. Stockner's tucks in third. Justin Vandermarl riding in the draft. Gavin Hibbs, his teammate, on his 6th, and right behind them, Josh Osborne. In the Kyle Busch livery, honoring Kyle Busch. Here comes Gavin Hibbs to the inside. A little bit further back, we see Greg Forsythe taking a peek to the inside.
Yo, Osborne hit the wall once again. Don't know it's gonna be surviving with a car like that. But,
Osborne with the
over there.
Osborne Demolition as the sponsor of his car here tonight, possibly because he wants to tear down that wall, and he goes all the way to the top of the racetrack. Puts big arrow wash. He caught it, but he's going to slow up Hibbs. Hibbs has no place to go. Hunter's boxed in. He's going to go 3 wide through the corner with Mason in the inside with not much room to spare. Oh, and then Falkingham trying to get around right behind him, Ryan Campbell. Albrecht in the neighborhood down low. Look how close to wheel we are through here. Oh, there's just no room.
It's just about only one guy making all of these problems. Oh my God, Ryan Campbell over there tried to make it 3 wide. Gabby Gibbs gained the position he wanted to put it. This is all the people with the new tires. That's why everything. And then you find out, like, for example, Hunter Smith with the old tires, 28, tried to survive with all of these fastest guy behind side by side with him.
Well, Hunter Smith is hanging tough. We said it's possible. He is a winner of a 500-mile race as Osborne is way up in the gray going through turn 4. I mean, he was up against the wall, rim riding. But he's going to get a big run. Again, way up top here in turn 1. Using that highest line way up on that grip strip up near the wall. Look at him scramble in the back here. Wags, Seb Alexander, Craig Forsythe, Noah Gill. Jared Rexing now in the picture. AJ Musselman in the neighborhood. Of course, AJ has a pretty, if you're named AJ, you got pretty good luck here at Pocono. All-time career wins leader at Pocono here is AJ Foyt. Now, if I tell you who's second, you'll totally believe me. And that's Rick Mears. But you also know who's tied with Rick Mears. I told you that one, right? You know that?
Power?
Who's tied second all-time in wins here at Pocono with 3 wins, tied with Rick Mears? You know who?
Wait, you said Will Power.
Will Power. That is a very tough stat to believe, considering that IndyCar does not race here anymore. But when that short little stint that IndyCar was here in the middle 2010s, Will Power had an extremely good record. He has 5 500-mile race wins, 3 of them here. Oh, Josh Osborne having problems coming off the corner. He's coming to pit road. I think he's had enough with those tires. Does he have unhappy tires, or is he just going through pit road? I think he's just doing a drive through pit road.
No, I think he went way down to the apron. Way down to the apron. Or maybe he tried to come into the pit and he just spun and he lose the control. So, good thing we have a race control. They can clear the black flag and give you drive to penalty to Josh Osborne. So, that's a good thing. So he needs to come into the pit and change the tires and don't make double like Servet and also have a...
Don't add to your problems.
Yeah.
Don't add to your problems. Well, I'll tell you, as drivers talked about this season, we've talked to many drivers about coming into this season and feeling like there was an opportunity. You and I both have talked to a number of drivers, and we did talk to Chad. Chad felt he had a lot of confidence coming into this season. He feels like he has a chance this season to get that second championship.
Sure, we talking about him, he have a chance, sure, because he's not the big guys now, but also I told him, we talking about many things, and he said after Indy 500, the victory he have over the Adriano Pinheiro, he went down. But he said that I really...
Oh, we're going to call airborne Ricky Paz into the wall, and we're going caution. The Maestro. We got more cars involved.
That's what I said.
And more cars involved. As they're just coming into the zone.
Oh.
Ricky Paz. Hayden Law. Everyone just kind of flying into the zone, and let's see what happens. Oh, big contact. Let's go back to...
Oh, no. The old tires. That's the one we talked about on before. Nicholas avoided the wall, and he saw Ricky Paz coming in, and he decided to come in to pull to the left. But Ricky Paz thinking about the same thing, and that's why all this happened.
And Stockner is just having a start to this race, even though he's up in the top 5 right now, that he really wants to forget. He's now has 2 episodes of contact. There you see him. We'll watch Stockner as I think the old tires and the aero wash, and he just misses the corner. Watch this. He doesn't get to the bottom. Aero wash, aero wash, aero wash. He has a lift. They're going to keep it off the wall. Here comes Ricky Paz. He goes to the inside to kind of throw a little bit of a hesitation fade. And Paz was there. Whole full head of steam, and our pole sitter is out. Also involved, Nick Silver. Nick Silver, he just got into it. Hayden Law, I'm not sure what what happened with him. I think he just lifted and the back end of his car came around and he just... Oh, he hits the bumps he hits the bumps on the inside, the very bumps on the apron. Josh Osborne with the black flag. Miles Brown involved here. And he just kind of runs into the zone and not really slowing down. And I don't know. I don't know what some people are seeing. I don't know if they're looking at black boxes or what, but he just kind of ran into the zone there. Nick Silver, I think, got pinched up against the wall. Yeah, he just kind of had no place to go. Victor Aldrich basically came to a complete stop. Victor was in that Formula Indy Series race. He knows what to do here at Pocono. Just stop. Just stop.
So, hey, lol, just everyone knows about that bump over there. But about what is the other one he hit? Mike Brown, he didn't see. I think he forgot about the... Wait, that's so weird about the Brown. He would just went through he didn't see him. You can see, we can see the car in the middle.
Miles Brown? Yeah, we can go back and we'll have to
Oh,
reset it here a little bit, but we'll go back and we can watch from his point of view. I mean, he just kind of sails into the zone.
Also, in his wheel and dash, and in his dash, it's the yellow flag. But also, I can tell it's the.
Yeah, he should be watching right here. He's going to get some yellow indication. And I don't know if he's just not watching all the way down the racetrack, or maybe he went to go look at a black. Okay, here's the yellow light, so he's getting the indication. I think he's downshifting. But, I mean, there's the car right there. It's not moving, and then all of a sudden he's in the zone, and bam. I don't know. I mean, there are some people with R's next to their name. Maybe they don't drive the car as often as we see on, Mondays and Tuesday nights, but I'm with you on that. And if you're from chat, you're in chat, and you got an opinion on that, it looks like that should have been picked out. But unfortunately, that is an early day for Osborne, for Silver.
But remember also the aero screen. It's an aero screen on the middle, so you see the steel in the middle. So sometimes it's like
that's very true. Let me pop into Mason Mitchum's car. We don't give you this view very often. I don't like to give it on broadcast because this is not this is what you would view if you were playing the sim, driving the sim, right? This is your view, and this bar here in the middle, there's a button that you could push on it, somewhere. You could key it up, and it will make this transparent. Now, when I used to drive, I used to use this as like I'm flying a jet fighter, and this was my aiming reticle right here. So if I was zeroing in on you to try to run you down, I always made sure that you were right in the middle of this because I knew I was directly on you. But if you are looking through this and you're not looking on either side of it, then you won't see if there's a car directly in the middle of the road there, and you will hit it. So maybe now your more experienced IndyCar drivers are probably used to that or have the bar removed. The one drivers with inexperience that maybe drive the tin tops that don't have the aero screen, they have more of a windshield, a traditional windshield. Maybe they're used to seeing a more uninhibited field of view. Maybe they need to think about maybe removing this in the software, and that won't show up anymore. But I kept it in because I like the realism, and I also kind of use it as my bullseye, so to speak,
So yeah, though they give you oil to Nicholas Stockner because the contact of basically the double move he made. So the oil is for him for the incident.
And once again, I don't normally show this view on streams because it's not a realistic view. You're actually looking out the eyes of the driver. If you watch a real IndyCar race, this is the view you will see on the Fox broadcast. And this is the view I prefer to show because it's what you would see when you actually watch IndyCar racing on a Saturday or Sunday. All right, let's get back to racing here. Tonight's 8th running at F5 Challenge 500 is proudly sponsored by F5 Challenge. This nonprofit organization enriches lives through face-to-face fellowship and exciting adventure challenges in a faith-driven environment. Its mission is built around the 5 F's: faith, fellowship, fitness, fortitude, and fun. F5 Challenge inspires people to lead active, connected, and purpose-filled lives. To learn more, to get involved through the links, you can find those all in the stream description. Once again, the Elite Racing League's pole award goes to Ricky Paz. Unfortunately, he was out of this race. The Maestro, his day is done early. No encore for him. But he had the pole award is sponsored by 4D Racewear. Check out their line of made for sim racing gloves, shoes, and apparel. Visit 4dracewear.com or click on the link description. And also the Elite Racing League and the the Elite Racing League IndyCar Championship and the Triple Crown Challenge are proudly sponsored by P1 Broadcasting. If you win 2 of the 3 500-mile races this season, you can get $25. If you win all 3, you get $50. Follow P1 Broadcasting through the links in the description of today's broadcast. Or if you're watching simulcasted on the channel, just subscribe. We're back. Green flag, Mason Mitchum, Christopher Albrecht, Daniel Falkingham, Primetime John Stellert, and Craig Forsyth, your top 5. And I got to say this right now. Sorry to cut you off, Lewis. But, I mean, we're about at the 100-mile mark here very shortly. And the cream is starting to rise to the top.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, it's getting in there, and I think the people need to understand. Still have a lot of time. I know the second yellow flag we have it was by mechanical problem, but I think need to settle out about the way they're driving. I know they need to make some strategy, but it's too early to make that kind of strategy. I think it's better to just going with the strategy to don't save fuel, just going for that and make the calculation on the end. I think it didn't work it, but now we have a different strategy once again with the 11 cars started from Chris Albrecht and until Richard Hearn is the last one with 18, and then it's coming the leader of the strategy B, Ryan Schultz, and 12.
And we have a new leader. It is Daniel Falkingham, our Rookie of the Year from a season ago. Finished second place in the points. He is back at the point, at the as we call it, pointy end of the spear, as Albrecht goes to the inside to try to get that position back. But Falkingham, as we talked about, is probably your championship favorite going into this season. But we'll see how he does through the course of this and how this season unfolds, and if we have any other players that come to the top here. Looking to the inside, Matty Wags on Mason Mixham going into turn 2.
It can be also the guy of the championship, but you remember what's happened with him in the many, maybe 3 or 4 races.
Long Beach.
Penalized. He have
Long Beach
DNF.
and Long Beach and what was it? The incident kind of that mirrored what we saw with Alex Palou at Phoenix. He kind of had much the same thing.
Yeah, so it was even.
Oh, he blinks out and comes back. You don't want to see that.
Oh no. So yeah, the inconsistency for him last season, it was pretty kind of bad, because he could be a champion by Rookie of the Year, so Rookie of the season, sorry. So, but maybe this year they have he said he's learning about the car and he learning too much now.
He's learning too much. I think a lot of people will agree with that. Stop learning, Daniel. Stop it.
And he already liked it, the stuff. So I think it's going to be make a main for one, but also he needs to find out the way to don't have a penalized, or maybe have this bad luck about let's happen on Phoenix for him with the lap down car.
Watching a battle between Noah Gill and Seb Alexander down the Long Pond Straight. Here is the schedule for the season. And it'll be highlighted by round 9, the 17th running of the Lucas Oil School of Racing Indianapolis 500. Whether you see a doubleheader at Chicagoland, rounds 5 and 6, will wrap up in November at, as we always, at Worldwide Technology Raceway for Championship Thursday, the 9th running of the P1 US 500 at Michigan, round 13. So there you see the 3 crowns. Those are the 3 crown jewels: Pocono, Indianapolis, and Michigan, just like the 80s.
Yeah, in between September 24, we have the qualifying once again. So it's going to be a really busy after Sim Gaming Expo. So it's going to be the busy schedule from Indianapolis to Michigan. And then we have 1 week off to finish on the main one.
James Watson blinked out, but came back in. We're watching him battling with Paul Mini Letters. Mikolajczyk is how you actually say his name, but he just says, call me Paul Mini Letters. Again, I am the butcher of names. He has heard me butcher his names many times. So we'll just stick with what he wants us to call him, Paul Mini Letters. And he is aiming to be the Luis Gonzalez Nunez driver of the race.
Sure.
He's not doing too bad. He's not doing too bad. He's up 12 spots. He's not doing too bad.
He's getting there. I think it's about the time. But we have also Chad is in 16. Gabby Gibson 20 positions over there. Do you remember the first broadcast on the Hypercars, Hypercars, I think so, championship? It was a lot of Europe's French names. That was tough to mention last names. Even Germans. So if you're the guy to jinx or maybe say bad last name, think about me. I'll do my best.
If it's Latin, you make it sound so much better.
Oh my God!
You can roll your R's. I cannot roll my R's.
I know.
I can't. I mean, even a little bit of German I know, I still can't roll my R's. Anyways, there's Mason Mitchum underneath Matty Wags. He holds on to that position. Primetime John Stellers move up to third. Right behind Daniel Falkenham, Chris Albrecht is your leader. That is your top three. Mason Mitchum in fourth, Matt Wags in fifth. Now, Matty Wags, he won the opener a season ago at Motegi when Alexis Newsom ran out of fuel coming to the checkered flag. But after that, and you've talked to Wags many times as the season ran on last season, Lewis. It was really he would agree it was not a good remainder of that season for Matt. He did come back on the podium. We saw him a couple more times with some good finishes, but overall it was a lot of bad luck for Matty Wags.
Yeah, actually, it's when you start to find out. Actually, Motegi was he likes Motegi. He always said that. It was my best track. Even at the Lions, he talked about it. I like it. I like it the ways Motegi is around. So always put Motegi in the Harrison and every season. So, but in the end, it's coming the road course, short tracks, and start to find out that people way more faster than him, bad luck. All the stuff make him finish the season very bad, actually. Don't to mention like that. There was, but at least he won the race. He won the league. So he have a 1 point, one dot in his stance of the winning the league. So that's good for him to win in one of the biggest in the iRacing IndyCar community.
Watching this battle right now in front, we got AJ Musselman, Tate Lytle, who has a ton of experience in the Elite Racing League, just not in these Indy cars. And he's getting a little bit of a draft assist from Brian Blauman, who goes down low. But here goes Ryan Campbell, the tire changer for Dale Coyne's IndyCar machine. And he goes down low, and he holds him off. Battling AJ Musselman. AJ has hundreds of starts in the IndyCar. Oh, Richie Hearn keeps it off the wall, off of one. Hearn, and now we got Frankenfeld and Schold. They get bottled up back behind Hearn, side by side through Indianapolis. Meanwhile, back up front, Daniel Falkenham picks up the lead in turn 3.
I think track position is really important in this track, especially with this setup, especially with the condition. The condition is not really that hot, but could be worse, actually. We used to be on this track with an 115-20. And this Simon sim racing sim time. And but the track position is really the key. For example, it's still Shad keep it. He was first actually in one moment, and now still in 14. He can't no moving from there. He lose the position with Ryan, and it's still, for example, on the other one is Seb Alexander. He went down for 11th spot. He started 7th, and he still cannot make the move over Sherman. And he tried the best to try to keep it over the hill, but it is difficult. Now everyone is one line. The only one is Ryan Campbell. It's almost side by side in turn 2.
Once again, if you're just watching us, this is round 1 of the 2026 B P1 IndyCar Championship on the Elite Racing Network and P1 Broadcasting. Currently, your leader is former Indy 500 pole sitter Chris Albrecht. Currently now 52 laps into 200 scheduled in this 500-mile race at Pocono. Watching side by side, two drivers with a ton of experience in these cars, Ryan Campbell, AJ Musselman.
Yeah, good to have AJ back in the field. Used to start it, to have 2 races and then left. and then come back again, and then left again. Especially Indy 500, always be around. So good to have him in this first race of the season.
Again, Albrecht to the inside of Falkenham going into 1, and he will get the position going through turn 1, modeled after Trenton Speedway in New Jersey. No longer there, but it was shaped like a bit like a kidney bean. So think of Phoenix, but instead of dog leg left, it was dog leg right. So yes, it was an oval with a right turn in it. Kind of interesting. Turn 2 modeled after Indianapolis. Turn 3 modeled after Milwaukee. Purpose-built for IndyCars. Chris Albrecht coming to pit road. Scheduled stop.
Heady 2 laps, only for Chris Albrecht.
Yeah, and a lot of that was leading. So, yeah, he was definitely punching a hole in the air. So I would imagine Falkenham's got slightly better mileage. And Stellard's been very patient. He's just been riding in third the whole time with his votive teammate right behind him, Mason Mitchum.
I think it's the way you must do. Just you're going to come in soon. You don't have to just go on the front and just try to gain a point for leading the race. It's just it's a long race. It's a sprint. It's not a sprint race.
No, not sprint. No.
No, man. If you're going to go to disaster, just go to the fix it, and you can just go full throttle and try to maybe work with the strategy, but it's for sure it's going to have a 1 or 2 yellow flags around. But here it's just strategy, timing, and I think John Stellard take the lead.
Yeah, we have a
now.
new leader, John Stellard. And again, I'm wondering the way that he passed him and is now pulling away a little bit, that he might be played into Daniel Falkenham's hands a little bit by, and here comes Matty Wags to pit road. AJ Musselman coming to pit road. But I'm wondering if Daniel let him go to get behind him and draft and try to extend this stint. Now it's 2 laps longer than the guy he was racing up at the front, Chris Albrecht. There's Ryan Schold. A little ahead of him. There he goes. There's Tate Lytle right there in the middle. Thomas Sherman. He is also in one of the Little Eagle cars. Kind of reminds me of Ryan Schultz. That's kind of why I mistake. Oh, he blinks. He comes back.
1, 2 to the pits.
Richie Hurd, pit road. So Thomas Sherman is 1 lap down in that Little Eagle car.
I like the last name, sir. Sounds like a tank.
Sure. It is a tank.
It is a tank for sure. But it's pretty good name, last name actually.
He probably agrees with you. 42 cars started this race. Currently 32 are still running. We did have two cautions, I think. No, 3 cautions now. As we watch Blauman and Rexing come to pit road. Both these drivers have 1 career win in the Elite Racing League.
So interesting. Okay, so Daniel is Chris Albrecht make the lead of the strategy B. John Stellar still behind of the Daniel Falkenham. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 people together, including Mason Mitchell and Greg Forsyth, in the same gap. So that's the strategy B, basically. People.
So we are expecting pit stops anytime for those that were on that alternate strategy, who stayed out for some track position. Really watching this battle right now with Ryan Campbell. Right behind him, Ryan Scholl. They have picked up the lead. Campbell, Scholl, Frankenfield. Alexander, Micah Mixer, currently your top 5, as we expect any of these drivers to come to pit road. They are not too far in the distant future. Campbell, 24 laps into the current stint. Ryan Schold, 24. So we expect probably another 8 to 10 laps before these drivers head to pit road. Schold to the inside in 1. Sorry, is that Sherman? Sorry. Again, very similar liveries. That's Thomas Sherman. He has a lap down. He's trying to get back on the lead lap. But it is Ryan Schold in second, and there is Ryan. He's more in a black and white with red trim versus just black and white, but both with PRI Hoosier 500 sponsorship on the side. And then behind Ryan is Chad Frankenfeld, and I'm going to give this to Chad. You and I have kind of made fun of him a little bit in private conversations. We're like, you're not very patient. You're just too aggressive all the time. You got to, you got this aura hanging over you. And today, I think he's been very patient so far. Now we're only 60 laps into this thing.
I know. I don't want to talk to him. Last time we said something about him. He was in a road course. I don't remember which track was in the last season. We're talking about, this Chad is a very good Chad, and then gone. Oh, it was in St. Petersburg. I talking about him in the Indy Lights, and even in the sorry, it was in IndyCar series. I talking about him. We talking about him, about the position, top 5 and everything, and then he didn't have because the incident. So, well, you already put the table chat, so we have to talk to him, and I hope he's finish the race in top 5 for get a chance for the championship. But yeah, it's getting there, and I think it's a time.
Whoa, big lift for Chad. We were riding with him. He goes through turn 2, side by side with his teammate, and he knew that he needed to back out of that one, and he did. He was out of the throttle. Wow.
Oh, somebody's talking about me. So anyway, but I hope for him after the Indy, like I said, after Indy 500 win, he went down. He was close, but not that close for the championship once again. But I think it's the time. I think he's already said that. So who knows? It's going to be one chance to be close for the championship.
Give a shout out to Trey Holmes. He's up 5 spots to 6th position in the Nike car. Right behind him, Hunter Smith, the former Indy 500 winner, in 7th.
Danny Fockingham apologized with Chris Albrecht because in turn 2 he clipped the apron. He did a drift and he saved the car in turn 2, so he's okay now.
Let's see what happened here. Is this going to the 1 or 2?
In the 2.
In the 2? Was that a lap ago?
Lap ago, basically now.
Yeah, let's. I don't know. We'll see if he. I don't know if we can get back to that point. Let's see. Going in the 1, he grabbed it there and 1. No, okay. So we'll go back a little bit further here.
Woo.
I don't know if we're going to see it at all.
Yeah, basically.
There it is. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you found it. Nice.
I think it might have happened in turn 1. I don't know. He got right on the yellow line. But, yeah, it happens, and definitely showing etiquette there, saying, hey, sorry about that. I didn't mean. But it's an easy thing to do at this racetrack. You could get the car to rotate pretty easily if you got your tool set right. And getting down to that yellow line in turn 2 is very easy to do. And it's something that you do by instinct because you kind of feel like it's Indianapolis. It's modeled after Indianapolis. So what do you do in Indianapolis? You go to the yellow line. Well, Indianapolis, you can grab the yellow line. It's okay. Here at Pocono, you grab the yellow line, not so good.
Well, it depends. Actually, if you have old tires, it could be a disaster. Actually, very lucky for Daniel. You have 8 laps in there. Shad is in pits, 3 laps, 31 of the pits passing for the pits.
Unfortunate for him, he's way down pit road, so he gets to his stall early, but he has a long drive out. So he's down and away, and new set of Firestone Firehawk tires and Shell Racing Fuel, and he's down and away, getting ready to rejoin the race course for his scheduled stop. Still the leader is Ryan Campbell. As that is Ryan Schuld now coming to pit lane. So the Little Eagle guys are staggering their pit stops so they can hit pit road. It's a very difficult pit road to get off of because you're still in the process of turning off a 3 when you need to make that move onto pit road. So sometimes there could be collisions that happen there.
Yeah, especially when you have somebody on behind to you is coming with different strategy, and just the guy coming behind to you close, try to use your drop to going for the main straight. And then the guy on front of you, for example, Ryan Schultz, we're talking about, try to slow down and make more difficult his speed in. So it is tough.
Ryan
it's
Campbell.
one of the toughest, I think so.
Ryan Campbell, pit road, scheduled stop. And he is joined by Micah Mixer, Trey Holmes, Gavin Hibbs, Justin Vandermarl, all on pit road. Scheduled stops. Scheduled stops for everybody here. And we go back out to the racetrack. It is Seb Alexander. He has a 500-mile race win to his credit. And then he backed it up a race later at Gateway to end that season. He's coming to pit road right now. Watch him low on the racetrack. Coming down. You need to be at the pit road speed limit at 55 miles per hour at those cones. He is there. Joining them on pit road, another one of the Little Eagle drivers. That is Hunter Smith. Again, they're staggering their stops, giving their drivers room to hit pit road at the empty boxes. As also is not coming to pit road, a lot of traffic. Getting on the pit road is difficult. Now, getting on, driving through pit road, nice and easy. It's big straight line. There's a little bump in the middle of it, a little bit of a hump. And then getting back on the racetrack. And Noah Gill is now your leader. Noah, 34 laps into his stint. You suspected he's coming to pit road any time now. I think he is, as he allows James Watson to go around him on the outside. So Noah Gill will come to pit road. That should turn the lead over to primetime John Stellard, who's out in front of Daniel Falkingham. And this is the group of drivers that all pitted about staggered their pit stops about 5 laps apart. But John Stellard is now your leader as he has come to the front of this pack. But look who is the 4th car in line of this pack, Lewis.
Yeah, it is Chris Albrecht. Great Forsyth, actually.
Great Forsyth, yeah.
Great Forsyth. It is one of the guys that you have to keep in mind, especially because he always ride with the fuel. He always ride the timing to coming in. And always make the right fuel to come in on the end with the right fuel. So also he always have a right timing. So he always, I don't know how he do it, but he have a good calculation to put the amount fuel, specific amount fuel in his car to be in the short time in the box. So I think Craig Forsyth is doing well, and I think it's in the right position to put the candidate to him. But who knows after 100 to go, and 100 laps later, because we are 130 to go, when it's going to happen. It could be changing everything. It could be have 2 cars. Just remember, we have too many cars in one. Actually, we have Rexin at the same one. I think Campbell is getting close.
Yeah, he's reeling them in. So Rexin's in 7th, Campbell's in 8th. As the entire round of pit stops is now done. So now we have a second group of drivers that are about halfway through their stint, and then that is led by Stellard, Falkingham, Albrecht, Forsyth, Blauman, Mitchum, Jared Rexing. They're all on the same strategy. Ryan Campbell, he's on that different strategy, and he is catching this group now.
It is. So it's over there, and it's make like,
Look at this run on the high side. Around Rexing, cuts down in front of him, goes to the inside with a head full of steam on Mitchum. He clears Mitchum 2 cars in 1 turn for Mr. Soup Can, Ryan Campbell.
Yeah, with 4 laps in the for the stint, so he's getting from the front, and I assuming he knows he can make it. Just sometimes we are right and sometimes we are wrong, and maybe he knew he can push in with the strategy he has so far for now.
Rexing to the inside of Mitchum. Want to thank all of our Elite Racing League partners, Blue Egg, Worldwide Technology Raceway, Lucas Oil School of Racing, Tom Bolin Ford. Thank those sponsors for continuing to be a part of this league and making it as exciting and important as it is. You are watching the premier series of the Elite Racing League, the P1 IndyCar Championship. Up front, Daniel Falkenham, last year's Rookie of the Year, is your leader. Right behind him, primetime John Steller, looking for his first Elite Racing League win. Chris Albrecht, former pole sitter at the Indy 500. He's looking for his first Elite Racing League win. And Craig Forsyth, well, he's kind of looking for his first Elite Racing League win. He has a Michigan 500 victory, but is steward awarded. So he would like to cross the start-finish line by seeing the checkered flag first. And then right behind him, the guy that celebrated his first win only a race ago to cap off last season, as Ryan Campbell, big run on the high side of Brian Blauman, is Brian Blauman, and he goes back another position. So Ryan Campbell, Lewis, has discovered the high side in turn one. It is very OP, and he has picked up 4 spots in about 3 laps using the high side in turn one. And fresher tires.
Actually, that's what the key is, freshest tires. He can make them move whatever they want with the freshest tires, especially now with the old. It's not slower, but they caution in the between corners. So now it's gonna get another spot over the Chris Forsyth on the front.
Going to the high side again of Forsyth. He will get the run. Forsyth sees them there, doesn't shut the door. They're going to go side by side off the corner. And again, Campbell is perfectly set up to get the slingshot around him because he gets the draft of Albrecht. So Campbell, this is going to be interesting. If Campbell can get around this whole group and they all have to come to pit road, when we cycle back around, oh my goodness, he could have himself a big lead all by himself here at Pocono. He right now does not want to see any caution laps.
Yeah, actually, if he make the calculate is shot close by 1 second, I think so, maybe 1.2, 1.2, I think 1.2. I don't know precise, but that's the second guy in the same group, and then it's coming Ryan Schultz behind. I think it's 2 seconds behind of the Ryan Schultz. So it's gonna be Chad and Campbell together. That's the problem when you're faster and the guy on the front to you, they are slow. You can have this surprise, timing surprise and also speed surprise on the front, the guy on the front, and also Ryan Campbell. So he needs to stick it with the strategy to make the pass on the high line. Ooh, I see a smoke.
Somebody had a problem off of turn one. I think I do see some smoke. But here goes primetime John Steller to the inside, and he picks up the lead. But again, Campbell is right there. Do you think Campbell rides this out or he attacks? He could ride this out and it just makes some mileage here, knowing that all 3 of these cars are basically on the same strategy, and starting with Albrecht, really are coming to pit road in anywhere from 7 to 10 laps.
Actually, what about if it's coming the yellow flag and the caution? It could be a disaster for him. So it's a lot of things gonna happen, but he has a chance for sure. We're gonna go. We have 23 to go for the halfway to go, and he have a chance for so far for now. But one yellow in 20 to go, it changed everything. It's gonna be really, really excited. Have a sprint race to the end. But they don't want it, actually. If it's Campbell, I want to just keep going like that.
You want to keep pushing? Yeah, I thought you might say that. I'm more along the lines of let's save some fuel and make that last stop even later and quicker than everyone else's. But he fades a little bit back in the pack here to 4th. He was all over the attenuators of those top 3, and they got racing up there, so he backs off and gives them a little bit of extra room. Right now, Albrecht 25 laps into his stint, Steller and Falkenham 22 into theirs. So we expect Albrecht to come to pit road in about 13 laps or so. He went 33 last time. So he can come to pit road in about 8 laps. Yeah, about 8 laps for him. While Steller and Falkenham went 36. So 30 is a general rule of thumb, but it's more on the low side. So this group of 4 right here, then we got Craig Forsyth kind of running his own pace. And, Brian Blauman, this is a different situation for Brian this year. Remember, his teammates last year were Ethan Stanley and Tyler Fode, neither which are part of the active driver roster of this season. His only teammate, I believe, is Rexing now, who is in the neighborhood, who could get up there and help him. But remember, Blauman last year had all sorts of help with those 2 drivers. And, of course, Fode won the championship, and he's kind of lead driver now of that group. I mean, those are two big wingmen to lose.
I think it's that's the name you mentioned. Ethan Stanley, one of the, I think, closest to win the championship, but Adriano Pinheiro was over there. And it was a really a big disappointment for him after they almost close to win the championship in the end, but they wasn't. So I think Ethan Stanley now is in the Formula Indy now so far, but he decides to just go over there and don't be over here. But well, good decision for him or bad decision, it is what it is. So he stay over there.
He's doing very well in the Formula Indy series. He's at form. He's got 1 win and another podium after only 3 races. So he's normal form for him.
But he left. It's not left by don't win the championship, but they have the chance to win it.
Right.
But again, it was Adriano Pinheiro around, and he was consistent in every single race. And it was like a really difficult for him. Tyler Fode did, and he decided to leave. And well, he's gonna come back in the 500. That's okay. But I think Brian Blauman, why not? Quietly, is over there in 6th. And who knows, you're going to see him also. He's pretty good in road course, so why not? I think ovals like Pocono, Indianapolis, even in Michigan, it's just about patience, strategy, and why not? It could be him win today and put a 1 dot, make the victory and be on the leader and just tell everyone, hey, I'm in here and I can do my best in every single week or race we have here in the league. And it's just save fuel. Actually, it's there behind of the Craig Forsyth with 26 laps in the stint.
Blauman in at the old. Paul, many letters, black flag on pit road. I think it's speeding coming to pit road, and he is punched out.
He have a contact with somebody. Oh no! Oh no, he's speeding a lot. It was like too much. I think it's he decided to pull over and decide to go.
So he has retired the car. So Paul, many letters. The bid to get the Luis Gonzalez Nunez Driver of the Race Award, at least for round 1, has been abandoned.
Albrecht to pit.
Yeah, and we will get the camera on Chris Albrecht. There he is. And he heads to his stall. Also on pit road, AJ Musselman. So the next round of pit stops have started. We see Stellar come to pit road. Nope, he stays out. So does Falkingham. And I think Ryan's doing what I thought he would do. Is he doesn't have to pass, and he's pretty good right now on speed. And long as a caution doesn't come out, he's set to inherit the lead. And he's I always say race smarter, not harder, right? You don't have to overdrive that car and eat up those tires. You can make those tires last this entire run. So he'll just sit there and ride it out in 3rd spot and then inherit the lead when Falkingham and Stellard come to pit road in about...
Now, actually.
Well, one of them's coming to pit road, Falkingham.
Yes.
Boy, he did not go nearly as long as he did last time. He went 36 last time. Of course, that had some caution in it. He went 30 this time.
I think it's really, to be honest, it's easy to say on behind or sitting over here. All of this about patience and everything. But man, you want to be on the front. You have a new tires. You want to try the best, be on the front, and that's make it the mistake about the tires and all that stuff. So I think people now they figure out it always happened in the first couple laps.
Pit road.
In the first couple 10 laps or 15, 20 laps in these 500 miles.
Oh.
They're doing many things.
Meatball flag. Sorry, meatball flag for Kendall Noah Player. Not sure what happened to him, but he's on pit row with a meatball flag.
Oh, he hit the wall in turn 3 and just...
and that retires the car.
Yeah.
And now that gives the lead to Ryan Campbell. And behind him is A.J. Musselman, who's the first car one lap down. And then behind him is Ricky Doyle in the Ferrucci A.J. Foyt livery. He is 2 laps down in 30th position.
Bloman is calling. Brian is calling now.
Caution! Mason Mitchum's on pit road. Stockner. Mitchum is on pit road. He's going to be able to make that stop. So that's going to be to his benefit. What happened with Stockner? It's been a rough day for him. Oh, apron. Apron. Yep. Apron. Apron bad. And to the inside wall. It's going to be a slight kiss. I think he's going to be okay. Slight damage. They'll get that repaired on pit road and a new set of tires. There are tire limits here in the Elite Racing League. I think it's like 11 sets. They have more than enough. And, yeah, he's trying to get the car reversed, and it doesn't turn a lot right.
Yeah.
So he's got to back it up a little bit, and he'll be back underway and go to pit road. But we're under caution. And in that, on pit road, was Mason Mitchum. He goes to pit road, and, well, he's not trapped behind the pace car, so he was able to make that under caution. Now, is that going to cost him? Or will he be able to come right to the front of the field? Ryan Campbell, Chad Frankenfeld, Ryan Schold, Brian Blauman, Seb Alexander. They're all about, let's see, Campbell's 22 laps, Frankenfeld's 24, Ryan Schold's 23, Brian Blauman's 32. This is a good call good for him. He needed to come in soon anyways. And Seb Alexander, 21. Micah Mixer, 22.
You know what?
I think some of these guys might come in, and some might stay out. This is going to be interesting to see what they're going to come the next time they come around off of turn 3.
If I Ryan Campbell, I coming in. You know why? Because when you come in and 100 to go, you have to make 30. So it's gonna be 10 laps gap. You don't want to come into 10 laps to go, or 11 or 12 to go. So I think it's time to everyone to come in now and be equal, and have at least 20 laps to the end. Just to come into the pit. Maybe you catch me what I'm talking about, but you don't want to just do that 10 laps. So Brian Campbell's coming, I think.
Yes, he is. He's coming in. He's coming
Smart.
in. Chad's coming in. Yeah, I think everyone's coming. So what we're going to do is take this opportunity after 90 of 200 laps we got scheduled for today for the F5 Challenge 500 for Pocono Raceway to open the 2026B Elite Racing League P1 IndyCar Championship schedule. We'll take a quick word from Worldwide Technology Raceways so they can tell you about some of their upcoming races. And we'll get back and reset the field for you here from Pocono. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
The 5th annual Enjoy Illinois 300 is roaring into Worldwide Technology Raceway on Sunday, September 13th, bringing NASCAR Cup Series racing to the most challenging track on tour. Watch the world's greatest drivers battle it out in high-speed, side-by-side action. But it's more than a race, it's a full weekend experience. Whether you're a lifelong NASCAR fan or just looking for an unforgettable gateway getaway, get your tickets now at www.raceway.com.
Before anyone else was talking about it, we were building it. Sim Gaming Expo, America's original, community-driven, multi-genre simulation gaming event. Experience the latest hardware and tech, meet creators, watch live competitions, and celebrate your passion with fellow sim enthusiasts. Join us September 18th to 20th, 2026 at the Schaumburg Convention Center in Schaumburg, Illinois. Be a part of history. For tickets and information, visit simgamingexpo.com.
If you've been waiting for the right time to upgrade, that time is now. Score up to $4,000 off on a 26 brand new Ford Explorer. And our Ford Explorers come with the Bolin Lifetime Powertrain Warranty. So get to Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Heck of a deal, ain't it?
The Lucas Oil School of Racing. Simply stated, we are the professional ranks where the quality of the equipment often dictates the outcomes, and all of our cars are designed to perform and race as close as humanly possible. None of our competitors will have an advantage from engineering tactics. Rather, you will compete on a completely level field with a score of immensely talented up-and-coming drivers, all pushing each other to reach their new heights in their respective pursuit in becoming a professional race car driver. Every year, our top-performing graduates move on to the professional racing ladders of IndyCar, F1, and IMSA. Whether drivers compete in 1 or 2 seasons of our series, when they are ready to move on, they are ready to move. The training you receive in our school is an unmatched, unforgettable, first-class education combining the very best racing instruction and education.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
And we are back. And pit stops are done and completed, and we have ourselves a new leader. Noah Gill has decided to stay out to pick up some track position. He's 22 laps into his current stint, as he will pick up the restart here next time we go by. Actually, Lewis got a chance to do a little bit of research on him while we're in the break. Go ahead and talk about Noah Gill. This is his first ever Elite Racing League start.
Yeah, this first elite start, but also it's not the guy doesn't know about this. So in the International IndyCar League, actually the season is already on the way. He already won and on Motegi Grand Prix. He made the pole and he won the race by 52 laps. So also he had a victory on Nashville, and also in Worldwide Technology Raceways. So the guy have a sun stand around, so it's gonna be really interesting for him. The rookie of the season is gonna be takes the green flag actually now with 107 to go.
And the International IndyCar League, formerly known as, I think, the U.S. IndyCar League, has, I think, like 30 seasons under their belt. So, a very long lineage. And he is a driver that's raced in there before, and obviously he's got some wins, so knows how to get to the checkered flag, and he's got one of an all-time already in a season and a race that he's been here in the league. Daniel Falkenham, one of the all-time greats here already in the Elite Racing League, right behind him, and a former Indy 500 pole sitter, and Chris Albrecht, as we are green flag underway back again at lap 94 of 200, just shy of the halfway. Here comes Falkenham. He's in the draft. He's going to take a stab to the inside. He cuts down in front of Albrecht, and he's going to pick up the lead, and Noah Gill is going to go all the way back to about 5th spot on the Long Pond Straight.
Yeah, that's a good move for Daniel. I think it's the timing. It's the timing to defend the position and just go for everything, because the numbers make that you can go without saving fuel. Actually, if you want to, you don't have to. Actually, now, unfortunately for Noah, is start to pull back because it's the only one cannot have any protection on the old tires. Then it's taken side by side with the Chris Albert in turn 1.
There you see Falkingham now the leader. Falkingham's 12 starts, 4 wins, 5 podiums. Chris Albrecht, 37 starts before today, 5 top 10s, 1 pole. That was Indianapolis. 83 laps led in his career, and he's added to that total today. And then primetime John Steller, this is only his 5th start, 1 top 10, and has led 42 laps. Has a top 10 at St. Petersburg last season. And in the neighborhood, one of the veterans of this series, Craig Forsyth, in his 80th start today, 1 win, 9 podiums, 15 top 5s, 40 top 10s. 40 top 10s. He is in the top 10 for half of his starts. You just know that he's going to, if he's in the neighborhood at the end, he's going to be a player. And that's Craig Forsyth. Micah Mixer to the inside. It decides to think better against it, against Seb Alexander there. Behind him, we have a battle with Gavin Hibbs, Brian Blauman, Trey Holmes. Besides Falkingham, who is up 17 spots, your big gainers, Tate Lytle. Let's shout him out. Been very, very quiet. He is now up to 5th spot, Tate Lytle. Jared Rexing up 7 spots. Chad Frankenfield, though, has cracked the top 10 again, and he is up 21 spots. Remember, he's on that different pit strategy. He's only 6 laps into this stint. Noah Gill has fallen all the way back to 11th, but has been able to stabilize and hold on there. Tate Lytle around Craig Forsyth.
Man, I just realized, I'm not sure, but I guess I race in the U.S. IndyCar League.
Did you? You forgot.
I guess, man. But it was long time ago, man. I'm not sure because they only show season 8, but it's missing the from 1 to 7. So I assuming, but I'm not sure.
Well, they used to be known, I know, as the U.S. IndyCar League. I don't know if they're in Sim Racing Hub as U.S.
Yes,
yeah.
It is show U.S., but I guess it. I remember in pandemic I raced in many leagues after the Fixer Series Championship. And,
Richie Hearn loose off a 3.
It was very good.
And he is off it right now. He's letting the cars go on by.
Oh my God, it was loose in
James Watson.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll go back and watch that with
goal.
Richie Hearn, though. Let's see what happened with him. And this happened. He's already loose off a 2. And we'll watch him when he goes through 3. And we'll talk about Tate Lytle here in a little bit. Not known for being an IndyCar driver, but having a heck of a race. Watch Richie Hearn. Now, he's known for being an IndyCar driver, a real-world IndyCar driver, a win at Las Vegas in the Indy Racing League in 1996. And look at this car get wicked loose on him on the inside of Frankenfield. He keeps it off him. Look at that. Look at that. That's a pro for you. Jared Rexing, purple lap 2:17.9 as he sits there in the 5th position. But Tate Lytle, let's talk about Tate here real quick. Tate has made 486 combined starts in the Elite Racing League. He has 65 career wins in the Elite Racing. Oh, almost collision in front with Albrecht and, John Stellard. Oh, and Falkingham just slices down across Stellard. Stellard lifts a little bit. It's going to open the inside to Tate Lytle. But Tate not really known for IndyCar starts. This is only his lucky number 13th start in the Elite Racing League. And only 1 top 10, but he's looking to better that today as he is 4th right here at the Pocono 500, the F5 Challenge 500 from Pocono Raceway to open the season. And the F5 car currently leads. And we're going to go 3 wide into Indianapolis. Stellard sends it, and I think Falkingham sent it and goes, okay, I'll just let you go.
I think it's planned to defend, well, not anymore, but...
And now Falkingham back to the lead. So, again, they're just swapping leads and swapping positions per corner right now. A little bit further back, here's Ryan Campbell. Take a look at inside of Mason Mitchum, who's been up front all day today. Oh, Chad just slices down, gives a dirty air to Ryan, but Ryan slides up in front of Mason. Here comes Chad Frankenville with a head full of steam on the inside of Mitchum. Now Ryan sticks the car out there, gives a little bit of the draft to Chad. Chad does not take it, stays in line. Side by side through Indianapolis, turn 2. Everybody gets back in line. That's also known as a tunnel turn here at Pocono. See someone in chat saying this could be Albrecht's season. It could very well be. But we have more road courses this season into Indianapolis.
Yeah, he won in Silverstone by over 1 minute and the second place. Wow.
Remember, there was rain in part of that race.
Well, to be honest, if Albrecht can make good races like a top 10 finish of the road course and then have a good top 3 winners on the oval, why not? It could be they have a chance, but you have the consistency. If you're not good on road course, should be start to practice and at least finish top 10, finish the race. Actually, that's a good thing, and don't have any issues on the oval because Aldridge is strongest oval. So I think if it happened why not? Could we have a chance to championship in the last race in the worldwide technology race?
Watching Gavin Hibbs has won Elite Racing League P1 IndyCar Championship win to his credit at New Hampshire, and almost got his second win in New Hampshire last season. He just couldn't pull that pass off to beat Daniel Falkingham a season ago. He is currently was racing side by side with Richie Hearn there, and got a little close. Noah Gill trying to get the pit road. I think this time by.
Ryan Campbell and Tate touching wheels. Noah Gill is coming to the pit, so complaining with Tate.
Here's Ryan to the inside.
No.
He goes to the inside. He sends it in there. He's doing nothing wrong. This through Indianapolis to turn 2. He slides. No, he does not slide up. He keeps it off him. They race down the short chute into 3. So let's see where they make contact. There we see Falkingham go to the inside of Stellard. And I tell you what, Campbell was not giving any inches there. Let's say that. And I think that might have interfered with the line that Tate was thinking that he was going to take. And, Ryan was there. I don't know if there was – I think just one of those racing deals. He was just taking the line away.
Oh, well, Tate didn't like the way Campbell responded in radio and complaining with Brian Campbell about the way he's driving. I don't know. I think it's a little...
Oh, Carlos sideways out the corner, and that is Ryan Schold. Ryan Schold sliding. Are we going to go under caution? No, he doesn't. No, we're not, but he caught it. He caught it, but he is damaged right now. Let's go back and see what happened. It's him and Micah Mixer off of 2, and Mixer comes up into the side of him off of 2, sideways.
Oh.
Mixer gets by, but we've already lost the front wing. He goes 45 degrees one way, 45 degrees another, straightens it out. Trey Holmes just misses it. He kisses the wall to the inside, but unfortunately, that's going to have to bring Ryan Schold, who's had himself a good day, a productive day. He's going to have to come to pit road and get that fixed.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Ryan. It was a good chance to be over there. But I think that's a race deal because Ryan getting too close to the car on the next, to him on the apron. But unfortunately for him, he's got to the pit with damage on the car.
So we're past the halfway point. We're at lap 109 of 120, cutting very close, about 10 more laps away from getting to the 300-mile mark. Or 500K, if you will. That's 125 laps. Rexing low down the Long Pond Straight. Inside is Ryan Campbell on Albrecht, not able to get there. That's Kendall Gill. Kendall Gill. That's a basketball player. Noah Gill who is one lap down, but he's in the middle of all these racers. We've shown that he has the pace and he has the experience, and he's trying to stay up with this group so he can get back on the lead lap. But everyone around him, they are racing fierce. And Chad Frankenfield now, he has snuck through all this battle. And here is two guys on the same pit strategy racing for position now, going into turn one.
Yeah, it was close. Campbell close to the wall, almost hit the wall, and now it's side by side with Tate after the disagreement on the. Okay. Okay. That's the closest of the chat. Not try to. Well, whatever. Anyways, yeah, but the radio not happy Tate about the incident with Brian. But just keep it.
Rexy.
Yeah.
And I think that caused Gil to lift. And that's going to allow Gil and I think Rexy is damaged or is slow on speed. He had to lift. And there you see Seb Alexander being a very opportunistic and picks up a position. And that's going to allow Mason Mitchum also to get by Noah Gill. We have Noah Gill, and then we also have a Kendall here as well. So Kendall Gill used to be a basketball player. I think he played for the Charlotte Hornets at one point. Maybe even played college ball at UNC. I don't know why I'm remembering that name now. Sorry. My sports overlap. We haven't talked about wrestling yet this race, so.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's a wrestling promo in the car with Tate and Brian Campbell, and no good actually. No, very good.
Well, everyone, we always need heels and baby faces. Chris Albrecht is the leader right now. Falkingham has fallen back to third, and he's tucked in line. And so now it's down between Albrecht and Stellard. And now Chad Frankenfeld for the first time getting to race Daniel Falkingham. And Chad, again, felt like he had a good opportunity this year, and this might be setting a very early signal in the championship that when it comes to ovals, if I'm in the neighborhood, you can't rule me out. Oh, my goodness! He about slides up. He has a lift. But, man, Falkingham dodges the ball. We got a car sideways off of the corner, and that is Blauman. Blauman has come to a complete stop. I don't think he has hit the wall. No one else has hit him, and we are under caution. And contact with Richie Hearn. Richie Hearn in the wall, right in front of Hunter Smith. We'll see what happens here.
No, Blauman is out. They have a damage, sure.
Let's watch from Hunter Smith's point of view here. This is Hunter Smith. He's from behind it all. These two cars up here, right there. You'll watch. Here's Blauman. There's Hearn right there. Blauman, I think he gets the dirty air from the car in front and just, yeah, that's, oh. And then, whoa, Hunter Smith does a good job at avoiding that. And he's not, doesn't have a meatball flag on my screen, so he might be okay. Ryan Schultz still showing a meatball flag, so he has a lot more damage than we thought. So he's on an extended pit road stop right now. He's about 4 minutes into his repairs that he's getting.
So Michael Mixon. Why Mixer have a black flag? I have to find out why Mixer is with the black flag, sorry.
Yes, yeah, we are doing some
Oh, okay. It's because contact with Ryan Schultz, and that's why the the black flag for EOL, actually, for Michael Mixer.
All right, so we see basically the entire field coming to pit road, which they were right in the neighborhood of thinking about it anyways. And Falkingham beats everyone off. He beats everyone off the pit lane. So then we got Stellard, Frankenfeld, Chris Albrecht, and Ryan Campbell is your top 5. But the winner that time, Falkingham comes in 3rd position and leaves as your new leader. 3 cars have stayed out. Noah Gill, who will get the wave around. Ricky Doyle will get the wave around, and Micah Mixer will get the wave around as well. And they will join the tail end of the lead lap. Checking in chat here, says Albrecht hates road courses. Micah Mixer going to the inside, so I think he was asked to stop and maybe give some track position up here. This might be a penalty, serving a penalty. Tonight's F5 Challenge, proudly sponsored by, F5 Challenge. The P1 IndyCar Championship and the Triple Crown Challenge is sponsored proudly by P1 Broadcasting. The Pole Award sponsored by 4D Racewear. And a special thank you to the Elite Racing League premier partners Blue Egg Marketing, Worldwide Technology Raceway, Lucas Oil School of Racing, and Tom Bolin Ford. Join us again next Thursday when we continue the season, 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time, when we go to the road courses and go to the second running of the Elite Portland Grand Prix. Portland owns the closest road course finish in the real-world IndyCar history and also in the Elite Racing League's IndyCar history as well. You can watch it live right here on Elite Racing Network at P1 Broadcasting, 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time next Thursday as we head to the road courses for the first time, the first of 4 road courses this season. Actually 5, I think. Let's bring up the schedule one more time to show everybody the schedule. There you see Portland, Milwaukee. Then we go to Laguna Oof, that's going to be a long one. Then we have Detroit Grand Prix, which is always a good one at that street course. And then Road America, which will also be a good race as well. So 4 road courses this season. Or excuse me, 5. Portland, Laguna, Watkins Glen, then Detroit, then Grand Prix of Road America right there. And remember, the schedule is always subject to change. As they say in the wrestling business, cards subject to change.
Can change it Laguna Seca.
They can change Laguna Seca. All right, so we're going to go green next time by as the pace car has left the course. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us. You picked a great one to join and hop on for if you're looking for a race tonight. It's a 500-mile race at Pocono, the first of 3 of the crown jewels this season, the opener to this season. Might be asking yourself, has the IndyCar Series ever opened with a 500-mile race? Back in the very early days of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the 20s and 30s and going into the 40s, it was the first race of the schedule, believe it or not. However, has there been an earlier 500-mile race than an Indianapolis Motor Speedway in May? And yes, that has happened too, when the old Ontario Speedway used to be part of the schedule. 1974, as a matter of fact, was the earliest recorded 500-mile race, part of the USAC, then CART, then IndyCar era that we're in now. And that was a 500-mile race, but it was the 3rd race on the schedule. But much like the stock cars at Daytona, IndyCar or USAC ran 2 heat races before that, but they counted full points for those races. And that kind of set the field for the Ontario 500-miler. And then that became the first 500-mile race of the season. Then they went to Indianapolis, and then they wrapped up the Triple Crown at Pocono. Only one driver in the 100-plus years of the IndyCar Championship, the Real World IndyCar Championship, has ever won the Triple Crown. That's Alan Sr. He won on Ontario, Indianapolis, and Pocono in 1978. It's not a very frequented accomplishment. You saw that we had it very rarely happen, even in Oval Series competition here in the iRacing Oval Series top split. As we go back, green flag, it's Falkingham, Stellar, Frankenfield, Albrecht, Campbell, top 5. It's Campbell taking the inside of Albrecht. So in order to win the Triple Crown, big lift for Campbell. He just wasn't going to make it. But winning the Triple Crown, a very rare feat indeed.
Yeah, especially now when the IndyCar just decided to just
only one 500-mile race.
Even the oval races around with just short track and some like Nashville
and I was looking there was an article on Racer today. Whoa, Stellar just slices down in front of Frankenfield. That IndyCar is putting together their schedule, and really the article just kind of indicated that next year's schedule is going to be more of the same. And we've been dying for some more ovals to be added to the schedule, and we got Phoenix, and they extended Nashville to 400 miles, but then they didn't race 400 miles when we had that because it got canceled. The race had to get rescheduled, because of the rain as Frankenfield inside of Falkingham. There's a tongue twister.
Even Campbell almost loses control of the car in turn 2, and just Seb Alexander passed by and Tate again side by side with him.
Here's the two guys side by side. 3 wide, Stellar up top, Frankenfield in the middle, down low, Falkingham, again the tongue twister, and they settle it out on the exit of the corner. But IndyCar is talking about keeping the schedule the same, and I'm disappointed to hear that. But as long as we can go back to Phoenix, we keep Milwaukee. Of course, Indianapolis is always going to be there. There's still talk about going to Richmond. We got to keep the oval at Nashville, but it sounds to me the promoter of that race wants the race to be downtown Nashville. And that was a truly awful race. And I know why he wanted to go there, because I'm sure he's paying some sort of facility fee to Nashville Super Speedway, and he probably doesn't want to do that. But I tell you what, I mean, outside of, we'll see what Markham turns into, but really outside of Long Beach, the street courses have been pretty bad. Pretty bad. Well, St. Pete is also a street course. St. Pete's always good. Long Beach is always good. I'm not sold on Arlington yet. Oh, inside. Slides up in front of Chad. Nope, he's going to give him room. But we'll see how Markham is. Markham's actually added some turns to its course to make it a little bit longer. I don't know what Washington's going to be like. Washington, D.C. is a one-off race. I don't think they're going to be back next year for Washington. That looks like it's a very short course. So, again, I don't know what type of passing opportunities will be at the D.C. race. But, again, I'm looking for more flavor. They've been promising that, 2026 and beyond, that the IndyCar schedule would be more dynamic. And if you're telling me that 2027 is going to be the same as 2026, that is not dynamic.
I can tell you only two.
Craig Forsyth, off the corner, big flip car flipping down the front stretch, and that is Dave Huckleberry on his lid, just like Joseph Newgarden, and we are under caution.
Oh, he lose the control. He losing the car, Gibbs.
And it took out his teammate as well. Richie Hearn was involved in that one.
No.
We'll see what happened. Hibbs slides up in front of him. Whoa! Hibbs just kind of slowed down.
Yeah, I think he's losing the car in the middle of the corner. That's what I think. I don't hear any like a pitted in or nothing. Actually, Gibbs was with.
Let's watch this again. So Hibbs goes to the inside.
Wait, let's sit on board. he just braked. He was 226 to 170 something, 60 something in the middle of the corner. How are you gonna avoid that? I don't know, man.
Again, we'll see this again. You're going to see a car come to the inside over here. That will be Hibbs, and then I don't know if he got dirty air and just that something happened there. So I just don't know.
And Dave, Richie Hearn, Dave, nothing much to do over there.
Well, let's watch. Let's keep your. We'll watch from Hibbs' point of view. We'll watch this. I mean, if he drops like a couple gears, something must have. Do we see the revs go down? Goes to fifth. Goes to fourth. And all the revs are down. And is he underpowered? Did he lose power? Let's replay.
No, he cannot be lose.
Let's watch. Let's
Cannot
listen.
lose the power.
Does he have an? He has an engine.
Wait.
I don't know what
just
happened.
braked the car. He just braked the car in the middle of the corner. You can hear the braking.
I don't know what happened. We're
You
gonna have to
never-
find, and
you-
unfortunately, that took out that. I just. We talk about this, and people are like, "Oh, Craig had plenty of time to brake and everything." It's a football
no.
field a second when you're in these cars. That's the general rule of thumb. And
No, you can see the lines of his dashboard.
yeah, the lines
disappear.
disappear. Yeah, so
It's gone. So it is no time to react to that. It is.
So that was a very interesting, and just there's no time for Craig. I mean, when you're off the gas in these cars, they produce, even in the super speedway configuration, and we'll get a good close look at, let's get the F5 car on here since they're our sponsor here. There it is. There's Chris. So we'll look out the back. If I can get one of those. There. There's a wicker right there. That's a wicker. So there's a little bit of downforce on the back wing. You could actually take that off and go faster if you wanted to. And it doesn't look like they have any additional wickers on the front wings here that we're looking right there. This is fixed setup, so everyone has the same setup. But even when the cars are trimmed out as much as they are here for super speedway with the small front wings and the small flat rear wing versus what you see on road courses and short ovals, they're still producing thousands of pounds of downforce. And so when they come off the accelerator, it's like when Mav hits the air brakes in Top Gun and Jester flies on by, right? It's the same thing here. It's effectively hitting the brake. And then, of course, these have real brakes as well. And even if he didn't hit the brake and he just lifted off the accelerator, that's basically all that downforce is being applied to the car. It's slowing down with friction. So air friction and friction from the racetrack with the tires. So right there what we saw, I mean, Craig had no chance. Really, Craig had no chance whatsoever there, unfortunately. And that's disappointing because he was looking very good today. He was looking very good. Want to thank all of our partners, Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always on the pole position, leading your brand toward victory lane. Don't spin your wheels. Accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big. To learn more about Blue Egg, you want to click on their link in the description. Same thing with Worldwide Technology Raceway. It's a motorsports racing facility in Madison, Illinois, just east of St. Louis and close to the iconic Gateway Arch. It features a 1.25-mile oval that hosts the NASCAR Cup Series, the NASCAR Xfinity Series, which is now known as the NASCAR O'Reilly Series. That tells you how much I follow that sport, I tell you what. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will always be the Craftsman Truck Series. Craftsman tools are the best. But more importantly, the NTT IndyCar Series has been going there for over 10 years now. To learn more about the Worldwide Technology Raceway or to buy tickets for one of their marquee events, check out www.raceway.com or click on the link in the description. Also want to thank Tom Boland Ford, Lucas Oil School of Racing. Lucas Oil School of Racing is proud sponsor of the 17th running of the Indy 500 coming up later this year. And Tom Boland Ford, some of the best service and selection in all of Hannibal, Missouri. Check them out on Highway 168. Again, link to them is in the description. Getting ready to go green next time by. We are at the 500-kilometer mark. 125 laps, now going to 126, down 127 laps. We cross the start-finish line. Going green next time by.
Gabby Gibbs, it was 47 miles per hour lower to the other one. So I think it was some. We can say there's an issue on the team or something like that. Make that. I used to racing. I remember I used to racing at one of the leagues in Michigan, and I have this G29 pedals, Logitech, and I have a problem with the brakes. No, sorry, with the throttle. So the throttle is doesn't work in the back straight in some points. So thinking about all these people going 250, 240, 230, and me just going 180, 190. So it's like I still pressing like a just
foot to the floor. Yep, foot to the floor, and nothing's happening. Yeah.
And then I decided Fanatec. I know you don't like Fanatec, but I decided for that.
The Elite Racing League's IndyCar Championship and Triple Crown Challenge is proudly sponsored by P1 Broadcasting. We are an esports broadcaster specializing in online sim racing on the iRacing platform. P1 is a proud sponsor of the Elite Racing League's IndyCar US 500 and the Triple Crown Challenge. To learn more about P1 or to request a quote for your iRacing League, check out our social media links. P1 can be found on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and Linktree. You can find all the links you need in the description of today's broadcast. Getting ready to go green now. Stellard coming off the corner. The snake begins as he goes right down to the paint on the start-finish line. It is Stellard, Falkenham, Frankenfeld, Albrecht, and now Seb Alexander in the top 5.
The snake started for now, 73 to go. I think it is okay. It's the time to just start to practice some defense. To going for that. Oh my God.
Oh, 3 wide. Frankenfeld to the inside. Into the tunnel turn. It's going to get tight. Frankenfeld's there. He goes to the yellow line. He holds on. Stellard goes to the inside. He's actually given a little bit of the draft to Frankenfeld. And then all of a sudden, Falkenham goes to the bottom of the racetrack, throws a nice bit of a fade on Frankenfeld. Again, getting tongue-tied. And Albrecht takes advantage of all that and picks up the position. And he goes to the points.
Man, we are just 70-something. Thinking about when we go for 15, 10 to go, that's going to be really excited. All these guys want to win the first one. Because it's the first one you want to just approach for the championship. So I know it's a lot to go, but man, win the first. Make you one step in front of everyone, actually.
We've only had one repeat winner here at Pocono. That's Adriano Pinheiro. He has won the last 2 races here. So he, of course, not in the lineup, will not be repeating. The only driver in the lineup that can get another win here to add to their total is Frankenfeld. He won in the 2020B season over Alex Van Asant and Victor Del Porto.
Victor Del Porto.
It's been a while since we've seen Victor in the lineup. Daniel Falkenham to the inside of John Stellard. John's been up front all day today. He's showing a good showing here for prime time. Top 10, Falkenham, Stellard, Albrecht, Frankenfeld, Alexander, Gamble, Tate Lytle, Mason Mitchum, Trey Holmes has been in the top 10 all day. Jared Rexing has been in the top 10 for much of the day. Noah Gill, purple lap, 2:17.9. He's not really in this lead pack, but definitely showing some pace here as we are starting to get into the late stage of this race. Lap 131 of 200. 2 by 2 going into turn 2. And we are at the scene of the crime for that FIS race that I was at last Wednesday, turn 3. That took out the whole top 5 on the white flag lap, and P6 took that lap in 6th place, right? That's what I'm saying. And then ended up completing the lap in 1st place because the whole top 5 wrecked in turn 3. I hope we don't see that here today. What an exciting race, though.
I just see, like, for example, Misham, or maybe, who knows, maybe Ryan Campbell winning the race by that accident with Devil de Fabis, just leading 1 lap. That's it. That's the main one. I said Teo de Fabis. Yeah, it's the driver, Formula 1 driver. It's Tanner, actually.
Yeah, took the white flag in 6th position and ended up taking the win. Only led 1 turn of 1 lap. That's all it takes. I mean, the only driver I know that's led less of a race to win a race is, and especially a 500 miler. That was a 300 miler. Was Dan Weldon. He led 1 lap, and I think he only led like a portion of the front straightaway in 2011. Caution!
Hello.
Noah Gill,
Gill. Oh, no.
who just set the fast lap, and let's see what happens. He is behind the 7. And again, I'm not sure who that is. Oh, apron bad.
I can't tell you the difference of Daniel Fockingham do the same thing and Noah. Man, Noah didn't get it, but Daniel Fockingham, even Brian Campbell did the same thing.
And it's easy to do. I mean, look, you just turn, and all of a sudden the car over-rotates, and there it is. And he's doing a good job, and he's like, okay, I'm going to the inside wall. But a little bit of a Danny Sullivan luck there, and it spins him in the right direction, and he releases the brake, starts rolling, and, he loses track position and then a set of tires, but he'll be able to come to pit road and be no worse for wear.
Did you race in the old Pocono?
Legacy?
Yes.
I've raced on the Legacy one before.
Man, that track is tough.
Very bumpy.
Bumpy, especially on turn 3. You need to use the parts, the new asphalt parts that you have over there to rotate the car. Now you can rotate whatever you want, and the car is going whatever you want. At that time, it's like if you don't go for over there, the car is not going. If you go to the inside, you're gonna lose the car anyways. Thinking about it, in that time when they started with Pocono and the USAC, how bumpy it was.
Well, I mean, originally when it was built, the place was pretty smooth, and the speeds, I remember they were saying in that very first race how high they were and how they unexpectedly high they were. But again, the harsh Pennsylvania. Yeah, well, it became the slowest track on the Triple Crown, and it was yeah. So it was like Ontario, Indianapolis had very similar speeds. Ontario was slightly faster than Indianapolis. Pocono, just because of the configuration, just made it a little bit slower. And I could pull the track record here and tell you that it's considerably slower than Indianapolis, even when they had similar horsepower cars on it. I do have that listed here somewhere.
You have everything, actually.
I'm doing but the problem is I can't find it quick. That's the thing.
It is okay.
The fastest ever 500-mile race in IndyCar history was held here. Juan Montoya won that in 2014. It was over 200 miles per hour was the average here for that race. There were 26 races here in IndyCar history. 25 of them were 500-mile races. The only one that wasn't a 500-mile race was the first IndyCar race back from the time they stopped in 1989. So and then they came back again with the DW12, and that was a 400-mile race. Scott Dixon won that one. The first race is 1971. The most recent race is in 2019. A.J. Foyt has won 4 races. Juan Pablo Montoya, here's the qualifying record. Juan Pablo Montoya, 223.871. So about 10 miles per hour slower than Indianapolis, average-wise. But the 500-mile race was 202.4 for that 500-mile race in 2014. And the furthest back to win in a real IndyCar race here at Pocono was Scott Dixon when he won in 2013. That was the first 400-mile race they had. He won that race. And the Elite Racing League P1 IndyCar Championship record for the farthest back someone has won a race has been here as well. Adriano Pinheiro won from 33rd when we had, I think, a 39-car field or something like that. He wasn't dead last, but, I mean, effectively 33rd would be starting dead last at the Indy 500, and he won that race. So that is the Elite Racing League record for the furthest back a driver has ever come back to win. 11 sets of tires for these cars today. 1 in the car to start the race and 10 in the pits. They should have more than enough, like I said. And again, no green, white checkers. If this thing goes caution at lap 198, we're done. No green, white checkers. All right, let's reset the field here. And we had some drivers that stayed out. James Watson, Gavin Hibbs. 2 drivers with a lot of experience. They stayed out and have picked up the lead. James Watson has a... Go ahead.
Daniel have a EOL. I have today talking about something.
Micah Mixer with the black flag as well. But I'm not sure what happened to Daniel Falkenham, but he is at the go to the back of the pack. So this is going to have implications right off the bat. And we still have another lap before we go green. Remember, we go a lap after the pace car leaves, so you're going to hear iRacing talk to you and say we're going green, but we're not.
Green.
But what we're going to do is we're going to pick up the pace here a little bit. And what this is going to allow us to do more of a traditional IndyCar style start. Gavin Hibbs with the nervous weaving in behind him. That's not going to warm up the tires. There's your conditions. And again, 91 degrees on the track temp. So as we get later in this race and the track temp is coming down, ambient 77, the dag on the tire is going to fall off. And we're going to see the aggression level really pick up, Lewis.
Actually, the temperature on the track is really low now, 91.
Yeah.
And it's going to make, it's almost 5 p.m. on the scene time. So it's going to be really cold. And the move is going to be really, it's going to be everything. Now, I think the people still need to save a little bit. Just a little bit to make the mark on 30 laps each. To go to the end and just finish the race like that. I still find it. Why Danny Falkenham have a black flag? And I'll let you know soon.
Oh, James Watson blinks out. That's not good. He's going to the inside for some reason. Is he going to give the lead? No? Okay. Not sure what he's doing here. But he's going to control the restart here. He's going to have more of an traditional IndyCar restart. He's in the restart zone as dictated by the pre-race meeting. He's going to go slow. He's going to go very slow. He's still not coming. Now he's on it. Green flag is out. James Watson. And then Gavin Hibbs. And then to the inside is Hibbs' teammates, Chad Frankenfeld, John Stellard in 4th, Chris Albrecht 5th. And we're going to have a battle for 2nd going at least into turn 1. James Watson and Gavin Hibbs did not come to pit road. They have 13-lap-old tires. Here's Frankenfeld to the inside on Hibbs. They're still drag racing out the corner down the Long Pond Straight going into turn 3. But right now Hibbs shoots to the inside. He's going to go into the tunnel turn to the lead. He's going to bring his teammate with him. Oh, Watson stays high. He's trying to hold his line. And Gavin Hibbs with the older tires to the lead.
Oh, okay. So I think Daniel have a black flag because everyone's supposed to be coming to the pit in a line to the right side. He's just crossing the left side before approach the box. That's why he have a black flag for EOL.
So
This is supposed to the
improper
rule said,
pit procedure, I guess.
Exactly. So yes.
There he is. So he's going to have to climb up quickly. He doesn't have as much time as he had. He's got over a little over 100 miles to be able to reel in this field. Still plenty of time. And we have seen, people with more adversity get the win here in the past. Remember, Jason Brophy won here. And he went 2 laps down, and he got the win here. And a thrilling shootout back in 2024 with Nick Sudik. James Watson back to 4th. Gavin Hibbs still holding the lead, opening the door to Frankenfield to the inside. And he's going to allow his teammate on by. So Frankenfield back to the point. Oh, car off the corner. That's Seb Alexander. And that would have taken out a car on pit road. But Seb Alexander is going to get a black flag for speeding. And his day is effectively done.
Oh no, and Campbell have a damage, and Tate have a meatball flag for contact with Brian Campbell.
All right, so we're going to go back Tate Lytle. There he is. And so he's got, all right, let's see what happens here. Oh, no. Oh, no. 2 technical teammates get together. That is Ryan Campbell and Seb Alexander. They're technical teammates. Their teams are work together. He's damaged, and so is Tate Lytle. So they were all together. It looks like coming off the corner that Seb Alexander might have to lift a little bit, and that allowed Ryan Campbell to get a run. And Ryan Campbell's rear wing is flopping around. We know that you need a rear wing around this place. Again, go back to that Formula Indy Series race when Dan Morera lost the rear wing and ended up spinning in turn 1. So basically, Lytle and Campbell's races are now effectively over. I think Campbell might be able to get repairs. Lytle's done.
No, I think no, because he spun in turn 3 and he hit the wall. So I don't know how it's a yellow flag, but yeah, that's why they.
Okay, so Campbell spun in turn 3 with the rear wing down. Okay.
Yeah.
We were going to watch all that replay. So we are still green, but 3 players actually are now out of the running. So that makes now, let's go through the top 10. Chris Albrecht is your leader. Gavin Hibbs 2nd. Chad Frankenfield in 3rd. James Watson 4th. Now Frankenfield and Hibbs stayed out, got track position. They are now approaching about 20 laps into their current stint. John Stellard 5th. Hunter Smith, very quietly. He is working.
Oh my God! Oh, Daniel fucking he have a contact with Victor Aldrich, and he's apologized about the contact in turn 3. Sorry.
Let's see this again. This is Daniel Falkingham. We just got to the tail end of it. And what happened to him? Did he go down to the rumble strips? That's Reblis. He goes up and bangs wheels. Netcodes bang wheels with Reblis. Bounces off him, goes to the inside, but keeps it going. But whoa, that would have had championship implications as well. Looks like the sun is going behind the clouds. But again, Hibbs, Albrecht, Frankenfield, Watson, Stellard, Hunter Smith, Mason Mitchum. He's been up to the front and to the back a couple times a day. He is now in 7th. Trey Holmes has been in the top 10 all day. Remember Brian Blauman. He was sideways off a corner at some point today. He's 9th. And here comes A.J. Musselman again. He's back in it. Remember, he was a lap down at one point. And folks, we still have plenty of time to race. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. We're not even to 150 laps yet here.
And see the names of the Hunter Smith, Waxon over there. It's still John Stella around in the orbit to win the race. What else? Trace Holmes, like you mentioned, Brian Blauman. But man, this is a lot of names over there. It can be a surprise winner in the race, but it's still Chad with the highest chance to make the double. Pocono.
Trey Holmes to the inside. Mason Mitchum going into turn 3. That's turn 2, excuse me. And he clears him. Hunter Smith taking a look to the inside of James Watson. Hunter Smith would like to get another win in the march to the career Triple Crown. Got a win at Indianapolis already. Like to get a win at Pocono or Michigan or even Auto Club. Be able to tell you right here in a little bit who is closest. I don't think anyone here in the Elite Racing League has completed the career Grand Slam in IndyCar in terms of getting all of the Triple Crown races. I guess you would call it the Elite Crown. I'm going to see if I can find out here who has maybe 2 of the 3. Well, we know Frankenfeld has 2 of the 3.
Oh.
He has 1 at Indianapolis, 1 here. Don't think he has Michigan. I don't think he has 1 at Auto Club. We'll be able to find that data here at some point.
I can find out in between.
I am asking my database that I have built.
Oh, that is way better.
So, if you are hearing more stats than normal, what I have done is, now some people don't like AI, but this is where AI comes in handy. Is I have downloaded every race file that has been ever produced in the history of the Elite Racing League on the IndyCar side of things, grouped them together by season, and then uploaded them to AI, created a database, and now I can ask AI questions like, who has won at Indianapolis and Auto Club and Michigan and Pocono? And it'll probably come back and tell me no one has, but then it'll also answer the question that I want to ask next as well, who's closest to doing all that? Watch the 3 wide, Hunter Smith underneath. Stellard stays high. I think Watson's like, you guys go ahead. I'm going to be pitting soon anyways. So I have, it could tell me just about every stat that you could download from iRacing. One thing iRacing doesn't tell you or do a very good job at is if a race finished under caution or not. Now, it shows you, but you can't download it for that some reason. So I find that weird, that you can't download that, but it still shows you that. So it's capturing the data. So I'm guessing iRacing assumes that you don't really care about that type of stuff. But as a broadcaster, as a streamer, I do care about that stuff. Because I'll look at a finish of a race and I'll say, oh, it was so close. And then someone will come back and say, well, that was under caution. I have no way of knowing. Unless I broadcasted it, of course, or watch the broadcast.
Can be Brophy. Benzi, maybe. Wait, Benzi won the Indy 500.
Okay, the 2 closest are names that you totally expect. No one has completed the historic crown. No one has. The closest is Robert Malechka and Adriano Pinheiro. Yeah, Malechka has wins at Indianapolis, Michigan, and Pocono, but none at Auto Club. Pinheiro has Auto Club, Michigan, and Pocono, but none at Indianapolis. And his struggles at Indianapolis have been documented. He's like, unfortunately for him, Indianapolis is like Michael Andretti. You know, so leads so many laps and just doesn't get the win. We're watching Trey Holmes side by side with John Stellard, who has fallen back to 5th, but I think he's just trying to find a place to slot in, make laps to get to this last stop. Now, get to the end. We got another 20 laps or so before we for sure can get to the end. And that's actually when that's going to fall in with the last stop. So next stop for a lot of these drivers will be their last stop. I don't think the next stop for Hibbs and the next stop for Watson will be their last stop. I think they might have to stop again because they're very close to pitting now. So they're hoping for some more caution. Someone in chat says, keep plugging away, Noah. He's, James Watson goes to the inside, and that might have been a slide to the inside because he's coming to pit road, and I think he is, yeah. Oh, hold on. He looked a little squirrely coming off the power. No, he's to the inside. I'm not sure what's going on with Watson.
They have a black flag. He hit the... Oh,
no, he has a meatball flag. You're right. He has a meatball flag. He is damaged, and he's just trying to bring this car around.
Mason Mitchell have a contact turn 2, and he hit it in the back, in the back of the wheel. The wind, sorry.
So let's see here. This is going into turn 2. This is down the Long Pond Straight between turns 1 and 2.
Oh,
and we'll see what happened to Mason Mitchum. We'll go to the blimp here. Maybe that will give us a better view. James Watson is that bright yellow car in the middle of your screen. Right here.
Are you going to say the word? I cannot say it. But it's coming to the pit to repair that part.
The attenuator.
Yes, sir.
And, yeah, that was a pretty good look. And I'm surprised that Mason doesn't have any damage on his car.
Forgiven.
Forgiven. So now the only other driver that's on that strategy is Gavin Hibbs, and he for sure needs to come to pit road. He's 30 laps into his stint. He's not going to make the extra 15 to make it one more stop.
The problem of Mason is forgiven, but he have a damage on the front wing. He cannot keep a speed and draft of John Steller. So it's a problem for Brian Blumen, actually, because he's keeping all this. He tried to defend that. So Mason Mitchell thinking about the momentum and the speed because the car is complete. But he doesn't have a draft to catch it and even speed. But Brian Blumen, I think, doesn't know.
Yeah, he's right there. And right now, if he can't pass him, that's just going to allow Steller to pull away. There he goes to the inside. And, that nose damage is not going to help there on turn 3. And Blauman clears him. And now Blauman needs to get to the handoff draft of Steller and pull himself forward if he wants to hope to get to that lead pack. But that's going to start separating the pack now. So right now, if we keep it up as is, Gavin Hibbs is going to have to come to pit road. That is for sure.
Watson hit the wall. He forgot about the bumping on the... Oh, no, we have a yellow flag. Oh, no.
Watson hit the wall?
Exit to the pit road, and he just used the apron.
Oh, he hit
forgot the jumping.
It's the washboard bumps off of turn 1. He's just letting drivers go, but he's trying to come up to speed of the process. And this is maybe in the next scan that we get of Pocono, they'll smooth this out. But he goes to the grass. He's trying to give as much room as possible, but he's coming up to speed. He's just trying to let everyone go. He might also know he's down. He's broken. He's down on speed, but watch him hit the bumps here. Boom, boom. Boom. Well, here it gets worse. Boom, 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 boom. There's all the wall, and boom, into the wall, into nose in, and under caution.
So I think if I racing out here, if I
Gavin Hibbs comes to pit road, by the way. Sorry.
If I John Steller, maybe if I Hunter Smith or Chad, it should be I come into the pit, make 20 laps, and then come into the pit again to finish the race with 23 to go. If I Daniel, I stay out to come back to the front.
Yeah. I told you this thing's not over, and just so Daniel goes to the back, provided that he doesn't get caught up in somebody else's mistake or something, he's going to be right back in this. And there you see him just in the back of the picture there. He's in 13th spot now. He's already in the unlucky spot and already has some bad luck. So maybe this is the omen to reverse it. And I think you're right. He should probably stay out. He's 21 laps into this thing. And we'll see what happens.
That's why in chat they're asking, it's too early to predict the podium? Sure, it's early because we have a yellow flag now. So we don't know yet.
Nope, he's coming to pit road. He's coming to pit road.
Oh, that's... don't know. It's a good decision, but it's going to be fall down.
All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to do a reset. We got 42 to go, so just over 100 miles of this 500-mile race of the F5 Challenge 500 from Pocono Raceway, the 8th running. And we are here for the opening round of the P1 IndyCar Championship for the 2026 B season. Hunter Smith now assumes the lead here as we are now all coming off a pit road and a caution off of turn 1 that's involving James Watson. We're going to take a few words to get some sponsors in. And we'll be right back to go green and reset the field, hopefully, for a sprint to the end here on the Elite Racing League's P1 IndyCar Championship. Don't go anywhere.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Before anyone else was talking about it, we were building it. Sim Gaming Expo, America's original, community-driven, multi-genre simulation gaming event. Experience the latest hardware and tech, meet creators, watch live competitions, and celebrate your passion with fellow sim enthusiasts. Join us September 18th to 20th, 2026 at the Schaumburg Convention Center in Schaumburg, Illinois. Be a part of history. For tickets and information, visit simgamingexpo.com.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
The Lucas Oil School of Racing. Simply stated, we are the professional ranks where the quality of the equipment often dictates the outcomes, and all of our cars are designed to perform and race as close as humanly possible. None of our competitors will have an advantage from engineering tactics. Rather, you will compete on a completely level field with a score of immensely talented up-and-coming drivers, all pushing each other to reach their new heights in their respective pursuit in becoming a professional race car driver. Every year, our top-performing graduates move on to the professional racing ladders of IndyCar, F1, and IMSA. Whether drivers compete in 1 or 2 seasons of our series, when they are ready to move on, they are ready to move. The training you receive in our school is an unmatched, unforgettable, first-class education combining the very best racing instruction and education.
If you've been waiting for the right time to upgrade, that time is now. Score up to $4,000 off on a 26 brand new Ford Explorer. And our Ford Explorers come with the Bolin Lifetime Powertrain Warranty. So get to Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Heck of a deal, ain't it?
We are just past the 400-mile mark here at Pocono, getting ready to go green here at lap 161 to 162 of 200 scheduled. And we have 2 Indy 500 winners at the tip of the spear. It is Hunter Smith, Chad Frankenfeld, teammates for Little Eagle Racing, and then A.J. Musselman who has been in the community for an extremely long time, very experienced in these cars. He is third. Justin Vandermarl, one of our graphics guys, a lot of these graphics you see on the screen, he helps with. He is fourth. He's having a whale of a race. And Casey Graves, a name that we haven't talked about all day today, he's in fifth. And we're getting ready to go green with less than 100 miles to go in this race. We are in the Rick Mears laps of 500-mile races for IndyCar history. And here we go, green flag out. It is Hunter Smith, Chad Frankenfeld, and AJ Musselman, your top three going in the one.
Man, that's a lot of names going to be for the name, but we cannot make it. Even Max Robles is in six, counting. So, man, yellow flag in about 10 more laps. It's going to be make it open for everyone to win the race. Well, whatever is in the top 5 or top 10, sure.
Reblis. And Albrecht wants around Reblis in the worst way. And Reblis about chopped his wing off. I don't think he did it on purpose. Now we're going to go 3 wide through the corner. Stellard in the middle. Blauman on down low. They straighten it out, getting single file down the front straightaway. So, by virtue of this last caution, Frankenfield, Hunter Smith, Vandermarl, Musselman, Graves, and now Reblis have stayed out 28, now 29 laps. So they're going to have to come to pit road here very, very shortly. But if they can make it another 7 laps, did they save enough under caution? If they save enough under caution and they get to lap 170, they are done. They don't have to pit again.
Actually, you're right. They can. I think we have one more yellow, sure. But I assuming the tire management is going to be a key in the final stint on the 10 laps to go, something like that. Brent Blauman going to the front. Chris Albrecht is the leader. Gabby Gibbs fastest lap to 18.3. And Chris Albrecht is the leader of the straight B, going for AJ on front.
Oh, he slices in front of AJ real quick, but he holds on. They got to get in single file going through Indianapolis there, turn 2, the tunnel turn. You really don't want to go too wide through there. The guy on the outside is going to be at the biggest disadvantage. Now, turn 3, look how wide that is. You can pick a number of different lines. You're hitting that turn. Now, it's modeled after Milwaukee, but you're hitting that turn about 20 miles per hour, at least 20 miles per hour faster than you hit the turn at Milwaukee. Maybe you hit Milwaukee at 180. You're hitting it here in about maybe 30 miles per hour, to be honest. It could be like 210 going into it. You maybe hit Milwaukee at 180. Albrecht to the inside here of Vandermarl.
Yeah, 180 with this little afraid about you want to lose the car.
Let's ride. Let's ride with Albrecht. We'll see when he go into turn 3. As Musselman blows by, turn 3, 220. Oh, sends it on the outside around Vandermarl. Is going to be in the draft. Watch out, AJ.
Yeah.
Not a lot of room.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
What a pass. That's the pass with the new tires. I told you, it is a quote. It's my quote. People with new tires, they're faster. Always. They are fast. So I think Loma, that's why he's making all these passes. He said takes the lead.
And I think Smith and Frankenfeld are just letting them go. Because I'm pretty sure maybe Albrecht needs to stop one more time. And he's not saving any fuel, but you know, it's the F5 car. This is the F5 Challenge 500. You might as well get the TV time and hope for a little luck to fall in your lap. And if the race we saw on Wednesday, last Wednesday, was any indication, we can expect another caution here before this race ends up. Going checkered. I hope not.
But if it's not, that's why the Chad and Hunter still save it. They need to finish. They need to come into the pit, and about 30 to go. So that's the good mark to don't save a fuel, just going for everything. That's why it's a good thing for Hunter to keep it, even for Chad. And if they want to let pass by Brian, just do it. But because they need to all the fuel save it for before coming to the pit.
Here's Micah Mixer. Now he's had some problems today. Now remember, he's a rookie and by name only. Remember, he finished on the podium at Silverstone. I think, isn't he finished on the podium at Silverstone? I think he did. And he is back in the mix. He's in 10th. There are currently 24 cars still out there racing. We started with 42 car banging off the wall off of 2. Not sure who that was. That might have been Mitchum. It was in that
Daniel there.
It was in Mitchum's neighborhood.
Yeah. Man, Daniel with the new tires is a beast. And now he's in top 5. Technically, it is 3rd in the strategy.
And yeah, he did the right thing by not panicking. And I told you there was a lot of time left. And maybe if things worked out and he got caught up in, in one of the back markers and ended his day early, then that's maybe a consequence. But again, long race, 500 miles. It's a marathon. And if you're a good driver, who's coming to pits? Frankenfeld?
Yeah, Chad Frankenfeld now.
This will be, this is going to be, this should be a final stop. This should be his final stop, and coming with him is AJ Musselman. So this is good for Chad and AJ because they're going to have dance partners coming off of pit road that they'll be at least be able to do some swap drafting and help with those key outlaps when they're on the fresh tires. So when do we see then Hunter Smith and Justin Vandermarl make that turn down pit road? I would imagine next time.
Hunter Smith goes to the pit now.
Yep, that's what I thought.
So have to check, good to go.
Vandermarl.
But he still needs a little bit more fuel.
I think they can do it in 30.
But it's always a little bit. You know what? Because it's a long straight we have over here. I know he came in and with 31, I think 32 to go. So he needs to make the mark of 31. So I think for Chad, maybe he can save it a little bit, 1 or 2 or 5 laps. Can make the full free to go to battle and just not thinking about the fuel. That's what I guess.
At this point, I still don't know who to pick as a favorite to win.
It's hard.
I'm not going to go too far off the beaten path and just go too far out on a branch here. But Daniel Falkenham will be my pick. But so many things can happen. And then you see those cars in front of him that just came off of pit road. Vandermarl and Reblis are in the same straightaway as the leaders. Noah Gill to the inside. Trey Holmes. Gill recovering from spinning off a 2. Laumann to the inside of Albrecht. And once again, thanks for joining us, everybody. If you're just joining us, you're watching the 8th running, or the 8th annual, actually, F5 Challenge 500 from Pocono Raceway. Currently, Chris Albrecht leads. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, whichever channel you're watching. I want you to subscribe to it right now. Hit that like button. I don't care what channel you're watching. P1, ERN, hit that like button. Let us know you're out there watching. Say hi in chat. Shout out your favorite drivers. Participate. Help the algorithm. Thanks for joining us. Next race for us next week, Portland. We go to the road course. First road course of the season. Longest season in Elite Racing League P1 IndyCar Championship history. We have extra race this year, 14 rounds. Doubleheader at Chicagoland coming up. And of course, highlighted by the 17th running of the Lucas Oil School of Racing Indy 500 later this season.
Yep.
Trey Holmes low on the race course, but he is allowing John Stellard on by. I think Holmes tucking in and trying to get some mileage. But Chris Albrecht, your leader, he is now 15 laps into his stint. He's not going to be able to, he's got to stop. And I think you're right. I think you do what you said. If you had to make one stop to go, you probably 20 to go, and that gives yourself plenty of time. If anything happens, you got plenty of time to race it. But do it at 20 to go, and it's a shorter fill.
Yeah, actually you have 10 laps to position yourself in the good way, and then the other 10-20 laps, or maybe save tires for 10-15 laps, and that's just going for everything in the last 5 to go, and just be on the front. So I seen Chad and Hunter Smith, that's the leader of the second pack, swap each other. Try to don't the lead group catch him. They are over there. They're actually over there. They are very close. It's just there. They are there. So if they make the pass, Albrecht on Chad, sure, it's not gonna happen because the tires is different. They're gonna lose a lap, and this is gonna be a problem for Chad. So I think it's a good thing for them, but Chad didn't want to have a yellow flag soon, and now in this critical moment for him.
And they got a little bit of a tag along there with AJ Musselman in the middle of that Little Eagle group. So again, another car to help this pack just helps them get faster. So they're going to try to stay ahead. On the graphic, I don't show this very often, but we do have tire limits here in the Elite Racing League, and there are 11 sets of tires that we started this race at. Let's see, we get 1 on the car and 10 in the pits. So there you see the number of stops made, 6, 8, 8, 7, 9. Oh, car sideways off the corner.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure. I think that might have been, actually, sorry.
Dole?
They must have caught it. All I saw was a flash. But anyways, again, disregard. So this should give you an idea of what teams should have left in the pits for tires. Now, you see Wags at 11th. He's made 11 stops. It doesn't mean he's changed his tires 11 times. He's could have come in a number of, pit stop, and then because he's at the back of the pack, pit again and top it off without changing tires. So he's possible to do that. But I'm willing to bet everyone has some tires in the pits, and if there's a late caution and somebody wants to come to pit road and throw on a new set of tires and do a full send, watching Blauman and Albrecht for the lead here, they can. So I think we have enough tires in pit road. I don't think anyone has reached the limit. Noah Gill has caught this group. Go ahead.
John Stella did the pit road. He came out. He's good to go to the end, and he's leading the pack, the new pack, the pack 2 of the race. So this is the leader of the race. So we waited for the other guys on the front to come into the pit. On the end, it's gonna be this battle: John Stella, Smith, Frankenfeld. Who knows?
AJ.
Maybe Chris Albrecht is gonna be over there too.
Yeah, AJ is there too. Justin Vandermarl. And some names that we haven't talked about: Thomas Sherman, Casey Graves, even Mark Reblis. They're all kind of in that group. Kinda. I say that kinda. They're starting to lose track of it. Musselman taking a peek to the inside. Matty Wags, pit road, coming off of pit road. So his stop's done with 20 to go. So he's been listening to you, Lewis. Man, Wags don't listen to you. There's no way Wags listens to you.
No, they don't have to.
So when does Chris Albrecht come to pit road? Does he come with exactly 20 to go and do what you suggested? And he's in the draft of Reblis. Now, the draft is saving him, but it's hurting him on these turns because he's getting the aero wash. That's dirty, disruptive air.
Oh, it's Casey Graves hits the one turn 3, nothing bad. So keep going.
So let me talk about what I was talking about, the dirty air. So think of this as a boat, right? And so Reblis here in front of Chris is going through the water, and he's leaving a big wake, right? And then it's really kind of calm through this area, but it's really a lot of a lot of waves outside, and that's where the dirty air. This is where the dirty air is, out here. And so what he's doing is he's going to offset himself in the corner because he's getting the clean air on these front wings. And then back on the straightaway, he gets in the wake. He gets the clean air. He's going to get a little bit of a slingshot. Here we see Reblis go to the inside. And Albrecht's going to have the slingshot on the outside and the faster line, and he'll be able to complete this pass. And I ran out of room on my telestrator, and I dragged in my other there you go, see right there, my other overlay. Normally I have it on another screen, and I didn't set it up in time. But I could be like John Madden, boom. This guy's going to go over here. He's going to be in motion. Chris Albrecht is your leader. 18 to go. Less than 50 miles now to decide the opening race of the season here in the Elite Racing League. Again, next up is Portland for the second running. Go ahead.
Interesting. The Trey Holmes on front. Mason Mitchum now is on the front of the back two. The problem is about Hunter Smith, Chad, AJ, Justin over there. They have 11 laps of the old tires. They're gonna go destroying the last 5 to go. So I don't think it's gonna be problem for them. That's why he's still Aldrich, Bloman, Noah is still waiting, Dan is still waiting because they want fresh tires. Maybe they can come in at 12 to go. Maybe, sorry, it's gonna come in and fight in the next 5 laps to the pits, and it's gonna be a show for sure with the 10 to go.
And right there is John Stellard, but he needs those needs some of those other drivers up ahead. Albrecht, Blauman, Gill, Falkingham all need to come to pit road at some point. Go back up to the front. There they are. And these guys would love to see a caution, I think. I don't know. I think, well, even if they did some, if I was like Frankenfeld, Musselman, and another caution happens, I'm coming in and throwing on a new set of tires. Maybe just me. Now, they might just say, hey, I have enough skill that I'm going to hold on to the lead. And we have seen that older tires do reasonably well here. And here's the weather report. Track temperature is down. Remember last time we brought it up, it was like 91, which wasn't very hot. Yeah. Here comes Albrecht, pit road, final stop. 89 degrees on the track temp.
Here we go. Nice.
And again, got to be careful on pit road. There has been a slight rule change in iRacing and the way the cars behave on pit road with the pit limiter. And you can't always rely on the pit limiter to keep you under the limit, so you got to keep your eyes open. It's not a set and forget thing now. So you don't want to speed. Also on pit road, who else is with him on pit road? Jared Rexing for his final stop.
This is the critical, man, for Aldrich. Mixers coming there.
Here he comes. Albrecht's off of pit road. His final stop. He's down and away, and he is well out in front of that group, but he's still coming up the speed as he's trying to hustle that car, get all of that horsepower pointed in the right direction, and he has himself a nice little gap back to Mason Mitchum. Micah Mixer is in the mix as well, no pun intended. Look at all the votive cars.
Done into the pits now.
Daniel Falkingham's coming off of pit road. I think that's Victor Aldrich coming on pit road in the background. He's done for, this will be his final stop. Falkingham coming up to speed. And I think Mitchum's going to get him. I think Mixer will get him. Stellard might, he slides in there with Trey Holmes. Trey Holmes just uses him for a little bit of a slingshot and goes on around.
Man, Albrecht, it is 1.7. He needs to make fastest qualifying laps to keep at that 0.8 now. The problem is Michael Mixon needs to work in with Mason Mitchum to catch a Victor Aldrich. But it's about time. Now it's 0.9, so it's 2 seconds. So Victor Aldrich make it fastest lap by qualifying to escape for the group. Now it's almost at 2 seconds.
Noah Gill is now the leader. Noah is 30 laps in. And somehow Seb Alexander, he was involved in an incident earlier this race. He is now in second spot. He's 30 laps in. He's got to come to pit road. We know he knows how to save fuel, but that's a lot of fuel to save to try to get to the 500-mile mark here. Nigel Stock currently is in third. Blauman, you saying, coming to pit road? He's coming off of pit road.
It is out, yeah, with Gibbs.
Gavin Hibbs. Falkingham,
What is
purple
Albert?
lap, 2:18.8. Closers be closing. He's right there on Micah Mixer. He's going to take it 3 wide down a Long Pond straight. He's like, yep, I see an opportunity. Going into turn 2, the tunnel turn. He's going to bring Mason Mitchum with him. No. Micah Mixer stays high. Is able to hold off to the position, give his teammate, Mason Mitchum. So we got double M&Ms here. Micah Mixer, Mason Mitchum. Both on the votive team.
if I Chris Albrecht, okay, that's the thing I want to say. I want to know. Roman and Chris Albrecht, they wanna working together to escape away from this group and define on the end who's gonna win the race. So this
Nigel
is gonna
Stock
be
almost hits the inside wall coming to pit road.
So it's gonna be these two guys working together because they are 2 seconds. So I think they need to work in so far for now and try to don't Seb Alexander, even Noah, even Nair Stock be in that group put together. Now it's 2 seconds between Brian and Daniel.
10 laps to go here at the F5 Challenge 500. The battle is coming down to Brian Blauman, the winner of the last race of the last season, to get his first win at Gateway. He's in here with virtually no teammates. They're not the teammates that he ended last season on. They're no longer in the series full time. It's him by himself. I think he might have another teammate with him, but up at the front, it's him by himself, and he is with Chris Albrecht. Up until today, his best performance is really when he won the pole at the Indy 500 a couple of seasons ago. Hasn't really put together the finest finishes he wants. He does have a win in the Dark Horse DW12 series at Indianapolis. Remember, he got that win leading up to winning the pole at Indianapolis here in the Elite Racing League. As Seb Alexander is right in front of him. Seb comes off the pit road. Seb is going to be right here in this battle.
And I think Noah is the guy gonna make all this group with Daniel and Mixon.
Caution! And it is Casey Graves.
Hit the wall and turn to 1.
So I'm not sure what happened. Did he get sucked into the wall? Or did he have a wheel DC or a monitor issue? And he just went up and grabbed the wall and brought it to a halt here. We'll see. This is going to set up a late race sprint. And does anybody come to pit road? And let's see what happens here as he turns in the 1.
You know what I assuming? He hit the wall. He tried to go to the apron, and he again found the jump.
Oh, he did hit the wall. And yeah,
and then he tried to slow down. Yeah.
There it is. Oh, again. In that Al Unser Jr. livery from the 80s and 90s.
Gonna be a good.
All right. What do we do? What do we do? Do you stay out for track position? Do you throw on an extra set of Firestone Firehawks? We're not going anywhere. We are done with all of our commercial commitments. Again, want to thank F5 for sponsoring the race. I want to thank P1, well, you're welcome, for sponsoring the P1 IndyCar Championship and the Triple Crown Challenge. I want to thank Tom Bolin Ford. I want to thank Worldwide Technology Raceway. I want to thank Blue Egg. I want to thank Lucas Oil School of Racing for being the premier sponsors of the Elite Racing League. I want to thank 4D Racewear for sponsoring the Pole Award. And you are sitting in here getting ready to watch a heck of a final sprint to the finish. Chris Albrecht stays out. Brian Blauman stays out. Do we have anybody coming to pit road? Yes, we do. AJ Musselman is going to gamble. He's coming to pit road to throw on an extra set of tires. Nigel Stock, he's on pit road as well. Might as well. Matty Wags on pit road. Victor Aldrich on pit road. So some gambling happening in the back of the pack. They're going to throw on an extra set of tires and do a full send here in this last 7 laps. Now, sometimes late in these ERL races, when the pace car clears, They tend not to allow that extra lap. I don't know if they're going to allow that or not. If you hear that on race control, let me know, because I think we had that happen before, like at Indianapolis or something. So we want to make sure that we do call this start correctly. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Make sure to hit that like button, share, subscribe, hit the bell so you're reminded of any upcoming races either here on P1, which will be the AMA tomorrow, or it will be for us here on the Elite Racing Network. Will be next week when the IndyCar Championship returns to Portland for the second running of the Elite Portland Grand Prix. 7 to go, so we might go green in the neighborhood of 5 to go. Maybe 4. I don't know.
There's supposed to be no more extra lap after 5 to go or 10 to go. That's what they discussed in the chat with the race control. But to be honest, I cannot hear that much.
All right, we'll reset the field here. Chris Albrecht looking for his first career win here in the Elite Racing League is your leader. He will be the leader at this restart. Brian Blauman, like I said, won the last race of last season, but this season that he, now that he's a bona fide winner, is completely different for him. He doesn't have the teammates, but he still has the performance and the pace. He is now second, looking for his second career win. Seb Alexander, a year ago, finished up that last season. Now, remember, we have an A season and a B season. So a year ago was the B season, 2025 B. Remember, he won the last 2 races of that season. He won at Michigan, so he has a 500-mile race win. He did very well in Indianapolis the last couple of times he's been there. In fact, he started from deep in the field and got up in the top 5 very late in the race. Unfortunately, he was involved in the incident that brought out that last caution that finished the race under caution that gave the win to Hunter Smith. But he's looking for his third career win. Noah Gill in his first career start. He's looking for his first career win in his first start. It's going to be a rare statistical fact there that you don't see very much in IndyCar history. Of course, the drivers to win in their first starts for sure, we always talk about is Nigel Mansell and Buzz Calkins. And then Daniel Falkingham looking to add to his win total from a season ago. Micah Mixer looking for his first win. Mason Mitchum looking for his first win, but another podium. Trey Holmes looking for his first win here in IndyCars. John Stellard, first win he'd like to get. Gavin Hibbs would like to get his second win. Got 1 career win at New Hampshire. So the nervous leaving.
Alexander.
What's that?
I think Seb Alexander could be the guy.
Okay, I think we're going green this time.
It is green now.
So when the pace car pulls off, no extra lap. We're inside of 10 to go. Green flag is out, and Chris Albrecht wastes no time. He's like, I'm on it. If you're going to get me, we're going to do it at full speed down the Long Pond Straight. Here we go, 2 wide, a little bit behind him. On the outside, that is Daniel Falkingham on the outside of Gill. Plowman to the inside. Now drag race down the Long Pond Straight. 2 by 2 by 2, 3 rows deep. Coming into turn 2, here comes Daniel Falkingham. He sees an opportunity and sends it down into turn 2 in a tunnel turn on the other side. He comes out as the leader. Oh, contact between himself and Albrecht, but they recover. 4 to go, 10 miles. It is a qualification attempt at Indianapolis, and they're spread out 4 wide right behind them.
Oh.
Falkingham keeps it low, off the corner, down the Long Pond Straight, but he's going to have Chris Albrecht with him. Chris is going to get the preferred position coming into the tunnel turn. Falkingham immediately tucks in behind. Looks like Albrecht really stays low and defends. He did a good job, not going high, but then you see Falkingham cut down to the bottom off of 2. He's going to have the preferred position in 3, but Albrecht will have the momentum on the high side of 3. Right behind him, here comes Blauman. Right behind them comes Mixer. Here comes Seb Alexander. Falkingham going to lead now with 3 to go.
So if the yellow flag is coming out, the race is over. Sure, it's going to be over.
Through 1, Albrecht leads again. But again, just temporary. As Falkenham's going to get the draft and work on him. Albrecht goes to the inside. The weave goes back up to the middle of the racetrack. But Falkenham's going to have a run. He's going to take a peek to the inside. No, he's going to tuck back in line. He's going to take a look to the inside. Albrecht cuts down. Gives him a little bit of a dirty air. Now, we got a car in the wall behind, but we're not going yellow. Falkenham down low in 3. Clears Albrecht. Albrecht's going to have a run off the corner. Still drag racing down the front straight.
Stellar.
And
Daniel Falkenham.
Daniel Falkenham will be the winner. Wait a minute. No, we're caution. Let's allow. I think Falkenham is the winner.
Yes.
And we are going to finish under caution. And what happened? What was the incident?
It is. John Stella hit the wall and Rexin. No time to avoid him.
Okay, we'll see right here because we'll have time because we'll finish this race under caution. And Rexin's going to get a big run on the high side. Stellar has a whole bunch of dirty air every lane he goes to, and he's just trying to send it now. And pow, you can see right there, just smacks the wall. Rexing just kind of no place to go. Again, the closing rate. He turns Stellar to the inside. Stellar does his best impression of Danny Sullivan, does get it pointed in the right direction, kiss the inside wall, but unfortunately, that's going to kick off auto stewarding here on iRacing, and that will end this race under caution. Yeah.
To be honest, Chris take a little bit time to make the pass, and that's why make the leader of the race, Chris Danny.
And Rexing is being parked on the Long Pond Straight, so he's been told to give some positions up, I think.
Yeah, for the incident for the last yellow.
But Daniel Falkenham will get his first 500-mile race win here in the Elite Racing League in the IndyCar Series, in the IndyCar Championship here, as he will come home the leader. And as we talked about, he is really the man to beat this season, and he's going to start off this season in the best possible way with a win, and a win in a 500-mile race, and a win where he had to overcome a lot of adversity, where he got sent to the back and was able to race his way forward and get the win. Unfortunately, Chris Albrecht's going to come up just a few feet short from getting his first career win, but a great outing for Chris Albrecht. He's going to come home in second, and a great start to his season, and a great race for the race sponsor, F5 Challenge. And Brian Blauman will have his second consecutive podium, kicking off the end of last season with a win at Gateway. He will come home on a third place here in the F5 Challenge 500 from Pocono. And that is going to be the race right there.
3 hours and 2 minutes race.
And there you see Falkenham, Albrecht, Blauman, Micah Mixer. Micah overcame a lot of hardship in this race too. He comes home fourth. Noah Gill, we saw him have a moment. He comes home in fifth. Great debut for Noah Gill, a top 5. Mason Mitchum started up front, stayed in the top 10 virtually all day, Lewis. He comes home 6th. Seb Alexander, again, he's had a bit of a, in fact, really, if that late caution didn't pop out, not this one, but the one before this one, he would have been one of the players for the win. But unfortunately, he comes home at 7th. Trey Holmes, once he got in the top 10, he stayed there for the remainder of the race. Great race for him in the Air Jordan car. AJ Musselman started up front, fell to the back, didn't panic, and brought the car home in 9th. Hunter Smith, top 10 for the P1 car. Frankenfeld, not the finish he was looking for. Nigel Stock, Vandermarl, Reblis, good finish from Mark. Thomas Sherman, Victor Aldrich, Matty Wags, John Stellard. Remember, he's up front all day today. Gavin Hibbs, Jared Rexing. Ricky Doyle, Ryan Scholl, Casey Graves, Ryan Campbell, James Watson, Tate Lytle, Craig Forsyth. Richie Hearn, Dave Huckleberry into the day on his roof. Stockner in 30th. Blair, mini letters, Osborne Silver, Hayden Darth Lull, Ricky Paz, the maestro, Brown, Yellen, Camargo, and McKernan. I think that's your 40-car field. Nope, Dan Morera and Harrison Talent, 41 and 42nd.
That's a lot.
So, take your time. Who do you think is your Luis Gonzalez Nunez driver of the race? Take your time.
Oh, sure, I got to take it down. Yeah, Thomas Sherman, mentioned Thomas, Mark Revelas, Justin, Nigel Stock, Chad Frankenfeld, also Hunter Smith over there with 22 and 10. But also Brian Bloman started at 20, his third. Daniel, he won the race with 17. But it could be Hunter Smith. No, I'm gonna give you he started on 32, he finished on 10. It can be Mike and Mixer with 19 and 4, but I think Hunter Smith, with all the stuff's happened, it's gonna be him, the driver of the day. He started with 32 to finish on 10, so he's the driver of the day of the Pocono. I changed my mind, actually. Sorry.
What's that?
I changed my mind, actually. I thought, oh, it's going to be Mike and Mixer. But I didn't see Hunter Smith over there. That's why.
Honorary mention for Micah. Micah had a good run. Let's go to the interview room. Let's bring up the... There we go. The interview. And here's your upcoming dates there for your other Elite Racing League leagues and series. And let's get into the waiting room. Still do not have Blauman or Albrecht, but there is Blauman. And Foggydan's there. He knows the drill. So let's, as we wait for, Blauman is there, but stand by. All right, let's bring in Brian Blauman. As I'm getting messages already sent to me. Let's see who else is sending me messages. All right, good. Let's get into the interview room. I just have no chance to look at messages and bring in Brian Blauman. And here is Brian Blauman joining us on the broadcast. Wow, what a day, a 500-miler. And this season really is kind of starting a little bit weird for you versus last season. You don't have the wingman that you had. We talked about that. You're missing the championship contenders of Fody and Stanley. You do have, I think, Jared Rexing in the lineup with you. Is that right?
Yeah, Tate were in the field.
Okay, so you had a little bit of help out there, but you're kind of the lead car this year now, and you kind of finish where you finished today, where you finished last season on the podium, although you got the win, but you got the podium here. We don't know, and you would have to tell us if you had the car underneath you to reel in those guys and maybe battle it out for the win if we didn't finish under caution. But talk about this race. A little bit of something happened to everybody, and you actually had a little contact and were pointed in the wrong direction at one point, and you were able to recover. Thank God for 500 miles, huh? So talk about your race and overcoming the hardship and kind of being in a different position that you've been in the previous year, where you're kind of driving with the leaders on your team, and now you are the team leader.
Yeah, I mean, first off, this race, I think I went through every emotion through those 500 miles. Probably numerous times. But no, it first started off just a rough qualifying, and then just wanted to settle in. Didn't seem like it was going to have the pace to fight for the win or anything, so just kind of hoping for a solid top 10 result. And then, when that contact happened with Richie, I thought I was out of the race. Somehow all the wheels kept pointed straight, and the car was at least able to get repaired most of the way. I think I was still a little bit down on straight line speed, but as the race kept getting further along and the track cooled down a bit, it seemed like I was able to get a little bit more comfortable, and fortunately was on the right strategy there at the end. And before I knew it, found myself in a position to fight for the win, which, I mean, I promise you I had no expectations of when I was in the wall, worrying that the race was over and it was going to be a rough start to the season. So as disappointed as I am that me and Chris didn't get the chance to fight it out there with that yellow, I mean, third place after everything I went through today is an absolute dream result. This does feel like a win. So, yeah, I'm just super thrilled about it all, but just absolutely exhausted.
Yeah, I would imagine you're probably going to sleep well tonight. Let's talk about now jumping off on getting this championship. We're off on the right foot, kind of. You finished third in the points last season. You got that first win. You were arguably the second best on the road courses. Third, it depends. I mean, you could throw a coin in the air between you and Stanley. Stanley's not here this year, so it's going to be. But your chief rival that we think it's going to come down to is Falkenham. He got the win. What is your outlook on the season? What's the strategy? What's it going to take to beat Daniel? Do you think you have a championship run in you now based upon finishing third last year and starting off the season on a third place here tonight on a grueling 500-mile?
Yeah, I don't think the mentality really changes. I always just try and treat each race as its own thing and not worry about what happened before or what's going to happen next week. But yeah, obviously, like you said, with no Tyler, with no Stanley, it kind of leaves me as one of the only guys who can really fight Falkenham at the very least on the road courses. So, I'm looking forward to those battles. But, yeah, I'm just going to focus on one race at a time and not really focus on the championship a whole lot, because you can drive yourself crazy and stress yourself out a lot more than you really need to. At the end of the day, we're here to have fun, and that's all I'm trying to do, and have fun each race and try and get the best result I can. So whatever that is each race. Tonight, third was that best result, and I couldn't be more happy about it. So, yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. But this is, like I said, this is a dream start to the season for myself.
Well, congratulations. You know the drill. You've been on the podium enough now. Shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone I want to say hi to before we let you go?
Yeah, just the Lake Norman guys. Like I said, it does suck not to have the full squad here this season, but I appreciate Tate and Jared. Tate's going to run a part-time schedule. Jared's going to be here, I think, every week. So
okay.
I won't be completely alone by myself, which is quite nice to have.
Good.
So, yeah, and then also just Tyler for, again, letting me race under Lake Norman banner. And I know that those guys will be here for the 500. So I know that's a ways away, but I am looking forward to having the full squad back in the future.
Well, you're coming up on your 50th start. I don't know if you knew that or not. This is your 47th career start. Of course, you got that one win. This is now your 9th podium and your 17th top 5 and 25th top 10. So almost half of your starts are in the top 10. On top of your 4 poles that you have. You led some more laps today. You led 5 laps to add to that total. You bettered your previous Pocono finish, which was 14th before. You did much better this time. So, hey, things are all looking up. Congratulations, and we'll see you in a week when we get back to the road course, a place that I know you'll be up on the wheel for.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate all the kind words, and thank you for broadcasting these races. I can't wait to watch this one back.
Congrats. We'll catch you the next one.
Yep, take care.
All right, let's bring in, move this graphic here. Here we go. And bring in Chris Albrecht, which I believe, I want to double check and see if Skynet actually told me correct here. Yes, this is his best career finish, so we will bring him in. And here he is, a former pole sitter from Indianapolis, a couple of seasons ago, getting his best career finish here in the Elite Racing League in the P1 IndyCar Championship in the sponsor's car, the F5 Challenge. In his 38th career starts, getting his best finish, bettering, which your best finish here previously, it was your best finish. It was 7th at Pocono in 2025B and Gateway to end last season at 2026A. So you really like this place, and you bettered your finish here to come home second. But man, let's talk about you were up front all day, but how disappointed are you that caution late, just not getting a chance to run that thing out, especially when you're running alongside Daniel Falkingham, coming basically to the white flag lap?
Oh man, it was a great race, and I was glad to be able to be up front, qualifying on the front row, and then basically being in that lead, maybe 3 or 4 cars the whole race. It was really working out exactly how I wanted to. And then even the yellow with less than 10 to go, I didn't really want to see that either, because I think it would have been just Brian and I by ourselves down to the end, and that would have been good for both of us, I think. But Daniel and I raced really well together. We swapped a bit earlier in the race when we were out front, and I think I would have I was in the fight. I would have, 50-50, maybe got my first win that way. But the yellow came out at just the wrong time, and for some reason, when I pulled out to pass him down that straightaway, it just felt like it stalled out, and I couldn't get that nose ahead, and man, I wish I could do it again. But really happy with that result. Like I said, it's the best ever that I've gotten in Elite, and Pocono has been a great track, and it was really fantastic. So I can't, I don't have any regrets in terms of how I drove that race, and it's just luck goes that way sometimes, and looking forward to doing it again sometime in the future, and hopefully we'll get that dub.
Led 35 laps today, just shy of 100 miles, so you almost led a fifth of this race. How are you feeling, though, about starting off this season in second spot? We know that you're still working on the road course side of things, but we know you're very much an oval expert. The racecraft has been picking up. I mean, your last 2 races are effectively your career best. You finished, you tied your career best at Gateway, the end last season, and then you start this season with your career best. How are you feeling now as we progress into this season? Now we've kicked it off. Are you feeling like that first win could be coming? You got the first podium, and that, top 10s lead to top 5s, top 5s lead to podiums, podiums lead to win. You got the podium now, so the next kind of step is the win. How are you feeling about getting more podiums and wins as this season progresses?
Well, that's definitely the goal for this season. I'm trying to be more prepared for each race, so I'm not just jumping in and winging it every time. And if I do that, I think I can qualify better. And if I qualify better, instead of coming up from mid-pack to top 10, I can hopefully be going from top 10 into the top 5, podium, etc. So that's the goal. I would love to get a win this season. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if I can keep running up front and giving myself opportunities, hopefully it'll happen at some point.
Well, we will give you the microphone. This is your first time. You get to do it here on this program. We talked about your win over in Dark Horse at Indianapolis, kind of leading up to your pole position there. So you don't get a chance to do it very often, but maybe we get to see more of it as the racecraft is kind of coming together, the match to pace that you put on qualifying. Shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors. Go right ahead.
Yeah, so first shout-out would be to my team. Track Rocket was working with Wags on the radio. Dave Huck joined us, and I always appreciate Dave getting me into Elite. He's the one that brought me in and recruited me, so forever grateful to him. And Tristan Fortson hopped into our voice chat at the end, too. He was helping out, so shout out to him. And Taupe Soap for our team sponsor, so thanks to them for helping us out on the team. And then also shout out to F5 Challenge, which we got that on the race sponsor for today. They're a great organization mixing faith and fitness together. So I'm really glad that I could represent them and get them a bunch of screen time today.
Well, in his 38th career start, still looking for that first win, but get his first podium, his first top 5, and his 6th career top 10 here in the Elite Racing League. He had 83 laps led in his history before today and got another 35 on top of that, and he beats his career best of 7th here at Pocono and 7th at Gateway to end the season to get his best career finish. And, of course, he's still highlighted by that Indy 500 pole, but this probably ranks pretty high on accomplishments as well. Congratulations, Chris. We will catch you when we go to Portland.
Sounds good. See you next week.
And that is Chris Albrecht. And now we will bring in Daniel Falkingham. And there we go. And here he is, bringing him into the channel, joining us In victory lane for this interview is Daniel Falkingham in his 13th career start, his 5th career win, 6th career podium, 7th career top 5, and 9th career top 10. And had to overcome a little bit of adversity. We'll talk about that just to get there, but able to hold out and finish this race as the winner under caution. Congratulations, you were the clear favorite coming into today, considering the vacuum that occurred with none of the champions really returning. And you were the next closest one in line, and being Rookie of the Year. We kind of talked about it in the pre-races. We might think that this is your championship to lose, but still, you have to run the races, and you ran it today, overcame some adversity, get the win. Congratulations, but talk about that. Getting the penalty and driving back up to the front and getting the win, you got to feel a little bit relieved at that.
Yeah, I was super annoyed at that penalty because I can count so many people that have done the same thing what I did. Like, I didn't think I even did mine egregiously. I was trying to see where my pit box was. Then I got bought for it. But, those guys that are very strict to those rules are going to try to find every advantage. So we had to go back to like 23rd or something. I don't even know where. But really kind of I kind of had to force my hand a little bit because I didn't know whether to push or what, because with that caution, it put us into like a weird fuel window to where we couldn't really push all the way because we had to save fuel. So I was kind of like stuck where I was. If I tried to push any harder, I was just going to run myself out of gas, and I couldn't make that one stop. So yeah, I thought my race was over, and then we got another second to last caution, kind of brought us back into the fight. We were able to get tires, fill up, and then just go full attack. Probably went a little too hard because I think I was getting really bad handling. I was getting really tight, had a lot of understeer, especially through turn 3s where I was getting killed the most. And I was just falling back from guys like Chris and Plowman. So had to call an audible, had to pit earlier than I wanted to, but I had to get on tires and just try to get back on offense if I was going to have any shot. But it was definitely a weird debate there, especially at the end with if you want to take tires or not. But I feel like the only way I was going to win was to have tires and a light yellow. So everything played out. We drove back to the field, and we're sitting in victory lane 1 for 1. So feels great, and great to kick off the season very strong. We know it's a marathon, not a sprint. There's a lot of races, and there's a lot of good drivers. So glad we could get a very perfect start.
And that gets you off on the right foot as well on the season. You'll be the points leader. We're going to a road course, which I know it's one of your strengths. And on top of that, you're the only driver now with a shot at the P1 Triple Crown. So all things considered, overcoming that adversity, but still coming out on top. You're a winner today, and first 500-mile race win on top of that. So that's another nice little accomplishment to add to the cap. Any shout-outs, any friends, any sponsors, family, anyone want to say hi to before we let you go? I mean, this is kind of a big win, and I don't know how you feel, but I definitely got to think that you are the championship favorite, even though that when we're run race into this, you could say no, but we're just looking at kind of how the race and the season's going to unfold, and I don't know, you look mighty tough to beat right now.
I always try to be humble as best I can, but I'm just saying right now, we are absolutely the favorite to win this whole thing. We just got to put together the races and just keep things with what I can control, and we can get the job done. But like you said, 14, we got an additional race this season, so that's another race where if I screw up, people can gain on me. But don't see why we're not the favorite. But looking forward to going through the season and going to Portland next week. I love Portland, so it should be a good race for us. So I'm looking forward to that. But just want to shout out Chad for the league, for all of this stuff he puts on. But calling him out because he's such a snitch. But hey, it almost worked out for him. But shout out to Chad for all he does. Shout out to you guys broadcast. I know y'all do a great job over here. Shout out to the boys at Fueled Up Racing. Linked up with them for this elite season. So looking forward to trying to chase more victories with them. Shout out to Chris there at the end. Like me and him, we were working together in that first part of the race, just trying to trying to go as fast as possible, just swapping and stuff. So glad we could be up there to battle for the win right there. And shout out to Blondman on the podium too. Shout out to everyone who raced tonight too. It was a big field. It was a messy race, but that's going to be expected in the first race of the long season. So shout out to everyone who comes out and races. Shout out to P1 Broadcasting for sponsoring the series as well. And thanks to everyone watching.
All right, congratulations, 5th career win. We'll see you in a week when we go to Portland.
All right, thanks, Gary.
And that is Daniel Falkingham. Lewis, let me tell you, man, we saw a little bit of everything. It wasn't as bad as it could have been, but it wasn't as great as it could have been, but it was a good first race. It got a lot of drivers experience that otherwise have maybe not driven an IndyCar 500 miles. It got them experience racing other racers. Now they're familiar names you'll know, or maybe you want to race with or not race with when we get to Portland. But it starts the season off right, and it kind of started in the way that we even know Daniel's like, hey man, he just said I consider myself the favorite, but he doesn't really want to count anything, count any chickens until they hatch. But you and I looked at this and we're like, come on, this really looks like this is his season to lose. And he came through in this first race, and not only did he come through, I mean, he dominated at parts, but then at other parts, he was sent to the back of the pack and had to drive through all the traffic and the back markers to get back up to the front, and still managed to win. And it was a 500-mile race at that. So starting off the race and the season on the right foot, and the best foot right there. I think we saw it all today, but I think it got really this field very comfortable and acquainted. I don't know about comfortable, I shouldn't say that, but very acquainted with one another before we hit to the road courses and getting back on the ovals later this season. But your thoughts, as I'll bring up the schedule here for this race. Your thoughts on Pocono?
Yeah, actually, it was a pretty good race, to be honest. Long race for sure, 500 miles. Make it a little long, but on the end, it was really excited with Daniel. I know, I think the rules is set always in yellow. You have to go in for your right side, and then when you approach 5 boxes or 6 boxes, I remember some of the rules says 5. You can approach and just come into the left. So that's why the penalty happened, and it is what it is. He tried to see what is the big road, and when you come in too close to the guy on the front, blocking your view, and that's happened for Daniel. But it is what it is. Everything happened, and he won the race, and that's a good thing for the championship. He's think you cannot. I'm gonna say, we said a lot of things about he's the guy to beat this season, but until the last race on the season in November 12th, we cannot count in nobody, because last season he have a very bad thing. So he started with the 3 winners of the road, and he started to have this penalty on Chicagoland, then this issue in the pit road in Auto Club. Phoenix damaged the car, closing to winning the race. Then the St. Petersburg another issue. Then he getting close. He won and GP, and then he coming on the race on almost win on Indy 500, and then on the end he made the pole, but Brian Bloman won the race, and Daniel Fockingham have some issue once again with one lap down. So what if can happen that again and make somebody else win the championship by that point? So I think it's a lot of happen, still have a lot to do, and the championship is the first one. Next one is Portland, the first race on Portland. We have it. Logan Edwards won the race. It was really tight. We talked about the race. The
closest road course finish in Elite Racing League history in terms of the IndyCars.
Yeah, also you're talking about the real one on the with the 3 wide definition, and that race happened also with us, with the Hunter and Grave almost winning the race by 87 hundredth of a second in that race. It was chaotic, but this race is going to be the same one in Portland. So I hope it's going to see you, all the people watching from ERN and also for P1 and simultaneous. So it was pretty good for us. So I think the race was good. So I don't have nothing more to say. See you this actually it's 3 hours, I think, so it's too much to I think, but the only thing is Daniel won the race, and they make him the guy on the front, on the top of the championship. So see you this Sunday. 8 p.m. from the 5th running of the Kentucky Derby 40 in the Oval Second.
So that's it tonight. Once again, your podium here from the 8th annual F5 Challenge 500 from Pocono Raceway. Daniel Falkingham with his 5th career win. Wins under caution. Chris Albrecht gets his best career finish, comes home in 2nd. Brian Blauman, his 2nd consecutive podium. The one from last season and ending last season, and the one to start this season. Join us again next week when we head to Portland. The series and drivers go to the road course for the first time. That'll be next week. Start time 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time right here on the Elite Racing Network and also on P1. Just keyword search Elite Racing Network or go to youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. You can find both those channels that way. As you know, the YouTube algorithm of the game is not an easy one, so please help us support ERN and P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you thought of tonight's race. If you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe, and while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out on more of ERN's and P1's other iRacing programming. Tonight's 8th running of the 8th annual of the F5 Challenge, or of the Pocono 500, is sponsored by F5 Challenge. This nonprofit organization enriches lives through face-to-face fellowship and exciting adventure challenges in a faith-driven environment. Their mission is built on the 5 Fs: faith, fellowship, fitness, fortitude, and fun. He might have wanted a 6th F, just a little faster there at the end, just so he could pull off that pass from Falkingham. Maybe one less F from Falkingham. There you go. F5 Challenges inspires people to lead active, connected, and purpose-filled lives. To learn more, to get involved, visit their website or follow them on social media. All the links you need are in the description. The Elite Racing League's IndyCar Championship naming rights are paid for, and the Triple Crown Challenge are paid for by P1 Broadcasting. We are an elite we are an elite IndyCar esports broadcaster. I could say I'm not elite at all right now. I can hardly talk. P1 is a proud sponsor of the Elite Racing League's IndyCar US 500 and Triple Crown Championship and the series itself. To learn more about P1 or request a quote for your iRacing League, check out all their social media links. P1 can be found on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, Linktree. All the links you need are in the description. I want to thank a special thank you to all of the Elite Racing League's premier sponsors: Blue Egg Marketing, Worldwide Technology Raceway, Lucas Oil School of Racing, Tom Bolin Ford. Also, we want to thank George Anzaldo and the guys at the Sim Gaming Expo. I don't have an ad read for them set up for today, but I show their commercial an awful lot. Hopefully that's enough. We will have an ad read for them next time. But they got a show coming up in September, and if you want to check it out, make sure to go to their website, simgamingexpo.com, and you can buy your tickets today. Worldwide Technology Raceway is a premier motorsports facility located in Madison, Illinois, just minutes from downtown St. Louis and the iconic Gateway Arch. Newegg, well, they are a marketing company. They accelerate you don't spin your wheels. You want to accelerate your success with Blue Egg. They fuel small businesses to win big. Lucas Oil School of Racing is dedicated to developing the next generation of open-wheel racers through professional instruction, real race cars, and real on-track experience. And, of course, Tom Bolin Ford is your trusted Ford dealership who offers an extensive new and pre-owned inventory as well as lease specials, finance options, and expert auto service. To learn more about all these premier partners, you want to click on their links in the description. For business inquiries, to learn more about P1 and the Elite Racing League and what we do, you can subscribe to our channels on YouTube. You can like us on Facebook, and you can also follow us on X and Instagram. All the links you need for P1 and Elite Racing League are in the description. So for Luis Gonzalez Nunez, everyone here at Elite Racing Network, the Elite Racing League, P1, and the F5 Challenge, I'm Gary Gotzo saying all good night, and thanks for watching. And all our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again next week when we go to Portland for the next race of the Elite Racing League's P1 IndyCar Championship. Good night, everybody.